Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tabletop Bob. My name is Bob. I'll be your dungeon master for tonight's episode of Eldritch Castle, the finale of Eldritch Castle. We got John, Nate, and Estelle back here to reprise their apprentice wizards and save Zadravno. Hopefully. We'll see. How's it going, everybody? Feeling good tonight?
What do you mean, hopefully? We're totally going to save our teacher. I
Yeah.
don't appreciate this doubt.
Well,
hastening his death is saving, right?
who's that? Zadravno?
Hastening his death would be saving him in a manner of speaking.
In
Saving him from suffering?
In a way, yeah. You sound like Obi-Wan Kenobi now. From a certain point of view.
This is the savior you're looking for.
What's up, YouTube chat? We got we are in early tonight. It is 8:38 right now on the East Coast here, and normally we've got Cam in the chat, big YouTube follower, longtime follower. Actually, Cam is the newest Patreon follower.
Hey.
So actually, Cam's been on Patreon before, but he switched to tiers at the highest tier. Now the second highest tier is full, the always on my mind flayer tier. Check out all the tiers down below in the description of Patreon. It's a great way to support the channel. And if you want to help us out, keep this train a-rolling, check the description for all those good things like social media, Discord. Today, I don't think I didn't mean to mess up Cam's guess you would say guess. Cam has been very good at accurately picking the time that we start, but not today. Cam also used, I think, a real magic 8-ball that he found online. Did you check Discord if you haven't seen that? It's pretty funny. It looks like an awesome magic 8-ball with like a dice inside it, like D&D dice. And I think this one maybe led you astray, but it's also because tonight's the finale, because we're going to get started early. That way we don't end up here till midnight. Watch. Famous last words, I know, but how are we doing here? John, Nate, Estelle, how are you doing? And how are your characters doing? And Estelle, you posed a good question, maybe as our little icebreaker. What do you think your characters would do if they succeed and get out of this castle alive? Why don't we start with you, Estelle? How are you, and how's your character?
I'm doing A-okay here. Roderick isn't feeling too hot with his current hit points, but that's okay. Because, the Lancemaster name is strong, and he's strong, and he's, going to live up to all those expectations. After saving Zadravno, he's looking forward to continuing his studies and healing up a bit and becoming the most amazing, awesomest, greatest adventuring wizard ever, and bringing back lots of pride and joy to his family and all that. And hopefully they'll accept him back.
I hope he achieves it. I really do. I'm rooting for Roderick. Really rooting for him. What about you, John? How are you doing?
Skirm is really living the life he's always most destined for, that of a paperweight. So Skirm is currently just, he's stable, which is nice for all of those, looking for someone, a significant other out there. He's very stable. He is a great listener. So I'm just hanging out on a table, bored, flat, stiff, and sleeping, and I am stable, but I am knocked out.
That's good. Well, you know what? Better be stable than dead. And we'll talk about last week's episode in a minute, why you might be stable and not conscious. Nate, what about you? How are you doing?
Howdy, everybody. Poof is doing great.
No, I said, how are you doing, Nate? How are you doing?
Bob, I'm great. Thanks, man.
We're all concerned about you, Nate, because of the Buffalo Bills on Sunday night.
Oh, all right. Yeah. No, let's dive in. Yeah. No, I appreciate it. It was a rough one, but I guess I'm getting used to it. That's all right. One of these days.
That's right. Let's show some love for Nate in the chat. Let Nate know you support Nate. All right, everybody in the chat right now. Let's at the outpouring of love show some support for Nate and the Bills. Even if you're a Chiefs fan, let's go. There we go. Look, it's already pouring in. Look at this.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. And then how's Poof doing?
Poof's solid. Poof doing much better than the Mills. He's full health. I think he's only used one spell slot. Um, Poof has kind of been pretty lucky, I think, throughout this mini campaign, and avoided quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think for Poof, he's certainly gonna have a long sit down and think about um, what whether or not he wants to come back to this school or whether maybe he wants to become, I think, open up a fishing, like a little fisherman's.
A little hut.
Yeah, hut. I think he wants to fish the river, nearby and
He's not
just
afraid
be
of large bodies of water now.
I, you know, I think moving water is a little less scary. I don't know. And when you're fishing, you don't have to get in, I don't know, but I think Poof will think about that.
Yeah. Well, we've got time. Hopefully, you can, like I said, save Zadravno and get out of this castle. Before we jump into the game, one last update on some things. We did switch some games around. So if you're here and you're like, wait, this isn't Curse of Strahd, apologies. We are switching with Strahd one more week. We're going to get this out of the way. We're going to get Vecna finished this in about within the next week. We're going to get Vecna Chapter 4 finished. You'll see Estelle and Nate back tomorrow, but then also back on Monday for the finale of Chapter 4. We're going to keep the train rolling, keep it on track. So we're going to be doing Vecna twice, basically, next week, one on Monday, and the new chapter starts on Wednesday. I made posts about this on YouTube Community tab, also in Discord. Those are probably the best ways to check the updates of what's going on here, because it's hard for me. Sometimes I forget to post to social media, but I always post to Discord. That's like the best place to go. So link down below to see if you can join the Discord community. And we got a lot of cool people in the Discord, so jump in and hang out with us. All right. Last time we played, it was 4:50, about 4 o'clock in the morning, 3:50 in the morning when you finished your long rest. And so right now, after last session, through going through all those locations, the time is now 5:30 in the morning. So 5:30 in the morning is of the second day. This does matter, so we'll get to this, but 5:30 in the morning is the time in the second day. You actually ended up doing quite a bit of things. Like you went to the underground pool. You found there's a monster in there. You were able to somehow, some way, distract it, threaten it, mislead it, so that Roger could go and retrieve a treasure chest from the opposite side on a hidden cove. You brought the treasure chest back, and you were able to see that there were a bunch of different items in there. Number one, there is 2 spell scrolls. Those are like the big items in there. And the first thing that you realized was these items are all illusion-based. Skirm was the one who identified them, I believe, correct?
Correct.
So they're illusion-based spells, and these spells can, do one of... They do 2 different things, actually. Let me be clear about it. You found the Arcanist Magic Aura, which can change the way a item appears to spells and magical effects that detect them, like Detect Magic, for instance. You can make it either like appear non-magical or change the aura, which now kind of makes you think about everything you've ever detected in this place, and you wonder, is it actually what you've seen? And then the other one is Disguise Object, which is, again, these are all only Esper the Bard spells. They're not in the in D&D 5e, but this can make an object look different than the object it was, basically masking it and making it harder to identify. Again, so 2 basically illusion spells, and that is going to hopefully guide you somewhere. You went up to the tower. You found your way into the tower, and you found a game room where you found an orb. That ended up being the orb that goes into the lightning room. And you also found that there was a what do they call it, that area here? It was I don't even know what we call it. It was like a study, a library or something. It had like bookshelves. It had a table. It had a skull on it. I think somebody
I think
took
we
the
just
skull.
called it the library. I don't know.
Yeah, it
There were
sounds
bunch
like a
of books.
library or a study.
Upstairs,
Yeah.
Who took the skull? I forget.
Was it Skirm?
It might have been. Yes, it was Skirm. Yeah, Skirm has been interested in some of the macabre items here in the house. And then also you found some other spell scrolls. These ones were more common spell scrolls, like Find Familiar, which had a cat imprinted on it. Some other spells, damage dealing spells, etc. And then in the game room where you found the orb, like I said, a giant wooden ogre golem came to life and attacked you. But luckily, the MVP spell of this whole campaign has been bonfire, great bonfire. Boof has been defending.
Don't sleep on it.
Yeah, don't sleep on it. So that's been very helpful for all of you. And so now we are looking to see how this ends. Where is Zdravno? What are we going to do about this castle? And I have everything ready to go. Are you all set?
Let's burn down this castle.
Let's do it. And as usual, please let me know about audio. I'm using just like earbuds tonight. So let me know. See if that makes a difference. Let's see. Soundtrack. I say we get some sound going here. What do you think? Yeah. And also, please let me know about these sounds too, because I feel like I can never tell anymore.
I'd say that's a touch loud.
Okay. Well, there we go. Media player didn't want to let me change it, so.
That's good.
Okay. Perfect. And chat, you let us know what you're hearing. I don't know what you hear. Okay. Yeah, chat will let us know. I'm sure if it's loud, they'll let us know.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start. We're going to our Roll20 screen, and we'll start in that room. I believe you wanted to go into the lightning room, correct?
Yeah.
I think we're in the other room now.
I think we opened it, and you left us on a good old cliffhanger.
Right. Quick update. Hit points. Skirm, you're unconscious,
Correct.
and
But
that means you're at
stable
hit point
and
0.
ready to mingle.
Right. Okay. So hit point 0, and how many levels of exhaustion?
1.
For me, yeah. I mean,
Screw.
whatever happens when I wake up.
So 1 level of exhaustion. Yeah.
Yeah. I had nothing
And-
before that.
Gotcha. And wallet is still around, right?
Yeah, we said wallets hanging out.
Okay.
Maybe protecting my body at this point. Maybe
Sure.
gonna go with the group. I
I think he'll stay with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see a familiar, abandoning.
No.
Yeah.
Roderick,
Yeah.
what about you?
My hit points 10.
And levels of exhaustion?
1.
And Lucia, we'll call her your friendly familiar.
Mhm.
She's doing just fine.
Good for her. I'm glad
Oof.
one of us is.
Poof, how we doing?
Full health.
Which is
26.
Must be nice.
26.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Busey? Doing great.
Around. Yeah.
Existing, vibing.
Hanging out in his fishbowl.
All right. And no levels of exhaustion, right?
Right.
Okay. All right, let's do it. So you found yourself in this hidden chamber behind the lightning room. And I'm going to show you the picture. They're called the mirror room. Nice, scary children's laughter here.
Right.
This little room has 7 full-length mirrors. As you enter, the laughter of a young boy at play echoes throughout the space. You marvel at the exquisite craftsmanship of the brass-framed mirrors. The artistic embellishments are something fit for royalty. A moment later, your reflections in the mirror shift, transforming into that of a boy. The young lad wears blue tunic and has long brown hair. Curiously, in each of the images, he's holding something different. And this I told you last time, but I'll read it again. A jar of fireflies, a kaleidoscope, a kite, a sugar plum on a stick, a puppy dog, a spinning top, and a wooden toy sword. What mystifying chamber of magic is this? What can it mean? And I do have a picture of it that I'll, like the static picture, I'll send that to you in the Roll20.
Please.
So you may discuss.
Okay. Oh, I should have written down everything you're saying with the.
I was gonna say
voice.
I'm a slow writer.
Yeah,
got
I'm
Firefly.
not that fast.
I'll send a picture of it to you.
Excellent.
All right. Ooh.
Excellent. Don't you love a child's laughter?
A child's laugh.
Technically, we are children too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, Poof is not down with this child laughter.
I keep hearing the kid laughing. I'm like, I can laugh too.
Yeah, we're like 4 years older than those kids.
Yeah.
That means we can bully them.
Yeah, kid can hit a kid. That's not child abuse. That's just
Yeah,
abuse.
yeah.
Right. Exactly. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll show you the box text.
This is a fantasy roleplay game. Oh, excellent.
I'm also just going to show you a whole bunch of artwork that I forgot to give you, so it's coming in.
Yeah.
Never showed you some of these pictures. I mean, you saw them in the, in the Zoom, but you didn't see them. Like, you don't have the still frames. It was a library. That was the room you just were in. And the mirror room.
How many schools of magic are there? It's more
Schools?
than 7.
8, I believe.
Yeah.
I just
Maybe
sent you the
one is
mirror
missing?
room. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We're trying to solve this mystery.
Well, yeah, illusion could be missing.
Dang, if only we had our illusion master with us.
Master is pretty strong.
Hmm. I'm not entirely sure what to do with the kaleidoscope. What do you believe, Poof?
Kaleidoscope? Maybe it's like teleportation magic? What school is that?
Let's see.
So, yeah, let me, do you have any questions? Anything you want to ask of me?
I mean, can I go up and like investigate the pictures themselves and see if I notice anything different between any of the boys or any of the other than the obvious thing he's holding?
Do we show up in these reflections at all?
So you did originally, but once you actually went there and you saw the boy appear, your reflection is gone.
Okay.
Okay.
Each one of you probably sees each other as you see yourself as the boy there.
Yeah. I don't remember if I cast detect magic, but might as well.
Sure. Yeah. No, you can cast detect magic. Yeah, this would emanate magic. Yeah, for certain.
Okay.
Let's see here. It is the every school of magic is emanating from the mirror.
Every
school. Every school.
I wonder if there's maybe there's one image that's like invisible. Like one of the portraits is invisible. That would be like the 8th one.
Well, what magic schools do we have in front of us then?
Oh, yeah, all of them. It's all the magic.
I don't think this is a unusual a clue here. It's not something that you have to like roll or do anything for. The boy in this image looks like Vedravno as a young child. Wears similar clothes. You can. I mean, obviously in his youth, but it looks like Vedravno as a kid. And of course, you can look for all of the images. Each one, the kid looks the same. It's just the item that he's holding is different.
Okay.
Right.
Get over here.
Yeah.
What? Did we? I can't think of any of these things. Like we didn't see any of these things throughout the castle.
I don't recall seeing a sugar plum on a stick.
Yeah, me either.
Or a puppy.
Yep. No, like 0 for 7, really.
Well, clearly these things have to be symbolic of something, considering we haven't seen these items around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. Well, there was a wooden sword, like right in the main.
Was it
right?
Yes.
The one by Vorgenthrix, your boy. But I mean, maybe one of them. But
There's one.
you want to go grab it? Do you want to go grab that sword and just see if it does anything?
Well,
maybe you can
alright.
chill with Lucia and see if she notices anything.
I will go get this wooden sword.
Oh,
Away!
alright. I'll chill with Lucia. Alright, see you soon.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in here. See if, I don't know, these portraits change or anything while I keep thinking, Bob. Nate needs time to think.
Sure. They don't change. The boy just kind of maybe at some point it would reset and like the boy would, disappear for a second but come back and the same thing happens on repeat. The boy with all the different items here. You can make an insight check, Nate.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Great. That is just gonna be a straight. Wow, 18.
Nice. Yeah, obviously you don't know. This is not going to tell you obviously which one may be something you need to pick or do something, but you get the sense that the thing mimics your movement. So if you were to reach for the item, you would be able to get the item, right? Makes sense. That because it mirrors your images. So if you extend your hand with the item, you can kind of grab it. That's the way you feel like it would work. So like when you said maybe like get the sword or something like that, as you're thinking about the wooden sword that you're going to be bringing in, you extend your hand and you feel like you could reach for that sword that's in the mirror, if that's the case. Or whatever item. All the items do the same thing. Like if you reach your hand out, they all extend their hand out. Yeah.
So I'll stand in front of the Fireflies one and well, first Poop wants to dance a little bit and see if the boy does anything.
The boy mimics your movements but does not drop
Sweet.
or let go of the item.
Alright. What if I reach my hands forward with the item in my hand, in the image, and try and hand it to me?
Sure. Would you like to grab the jar of fireflies?
I would like to try, yeah.
Okay. Motes of light swirl about the mirror, and you need to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, better you than me.
Great. We're coming at you. Oh, 16.
Wow, very nice. Yeah, you felt like the lights of these fireflies flickered and grew brighter and brighter, almost causing you to fall into a daze. You repel it, but you feel like you certainly don't want to attempt it again. It would be dangerous to do so. You don't know how long you would be controlled for.
Can I try to discern? Nope. Okay, cool. I'm gonna wait for Roderick.
Roger comes back and you're shaking off the daze. What do you do, Rod?
Hello, Poof. I brought the sword. Shall I go challenge the mirror image now?
Wait, hold on. Now, I maybe did something stupid when you were gone.
No, Poof. That's my job.
Yeah, that's true. No, it's not. You're great. So I reached towards the fireflies and I grabbed it out of the mirror, and I thought that I was onto something, but then it felt like something was attacking my mind, and I would have been charmed or something. I was all dazed for a second. I'm not sure if maybe we have to do that to one of them or none of them, but I feel like I don't want to do it to the fireflies again.
I see. Well, maybe they want to trade.
Ooh.
Or they want something to happen.
Ooh.
That's
a good idea.
I'm going to go over to the kite.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say to the reflection, let's see how high your kite can fly. And I'm going to cast Gust on the mirror.
You cast gust on the mirror, and remind me what how much can gust move? Can it move?
Hold on. Let me pull her up. Oops. Let's see, 5 pounds.
Yeah, no. This mirror is far too heavy to be affected by gust. The kite in the picture doesn't seem to be affected by it. It doesn't move or even blow in any direction.
Let's see. I cast message at the little boy.
You don't hear anything back.
Dang it. Well, I'm out of ideas.
All right. I'm gonna try it this way. I'm gonna stand a little bit back from the mirror, so that I'm not actually gonna touch it, and cast Mage Hand. And I'm gonna try this with the kaleidoscope. I'm gonna try to grab the kaleidoscope. I'm gonna be as far back as I can be, Bob.
Mm-hmm. So, right. So the you go reach out with the kaleidoscope, for the kaleidoscope. But again, it looks like maybe your hand mimics the movement of your mage hand.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, the kaleidoscope doesn't get close enough to the mirror, really.
Okay, so okay.
It mimics your body movement, not the hand's movement. Yeah.
Okay. I want to go in front of the sugar plum one, and I'm gonna get the boy to copy me, and I'm gonna make a motion like I'm eating the sugar plum.
The boy does not eat the sugar plum, but will move it to the face. It covers the face area. Nothing happens. And this happened with Poof. You're learning it now. They will not dispose of or get rid of their item in their hand. They just follow your movements.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go over to the boy with a wooden sword, and this is probably a bad idea. I'm gonna be like, "On guard!" I'm doing character.
Sure, you wanna try to fight it? I mean, it swings its sword in the same motions you do, but no, nothing connects. There's no clashing of swords. The blade doesn't come out of the panel. It stays just like it is.
Poof goes, I don't know, man, and just drops a bonfire at the base of one of the.
Well, it's an object, so it'll start taking some damage. But if you continue it might affect the structural stability of it. It doesn't seem to do anything to the boy in the mirror, and the mirror itself doesn't have any adverse effect.
I'll cancel it after one round. Just thought, I don't know, it's been working.
Yeah.
It's the most amazing spell I've ever seen. But I don't think it touches everything.
We might have to do a seminar on it at the Librarium Arcanum later.
Yeah, definitely happy to teach you guys. Oh, skirm.
Yes, please do. Okay, I want to go in front of the jar of fireflies and try to I'm just trying to see if I could get these boys to interact with their objects. To see if he opens the jar or not.
They don't. They refuse to they don't manipulate the object. The object stays intact. If you go to reach for it, it looks as though it offers it to you, just mimicking your movement.
Will the boy look through the kaleidoscope if I try to look through a kaleidoscope?
Yeah, but again, nothing
okay.
of any sort. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You did get the sense that the mirror that you touched, which was the firefly mirror, something happened when you touched it. That activated the mirror. That was 100%. You reach for it, you touch the actual mirror, and the fireflies were going to be in your hand, and yet they glue, and it kind of, they started to glow, and it dazed you. But you felt like you could grab it, and touch the mirror actually is what activated it. Because you could reach out to the fireflies as well.
Okay, I thought I felt more like something was trying to take me over, and I could get charmed for a long time.
It's very possible that could have happened, yes, but you felt like touching the mirror is what activated that charm. You touched it, and the lights started to glow, and you almost succumbed to the daze.
But he wasn't able to grab the jar.
Correct. Touching it though is what activated it. One of these seems to be, or they seem to have a reaction to touching it, but not like spectral hand or gust or something like that.
I don't have enough wisdom to mess around with this.
I mean, I'll I guess kind of slowly reach for the firefly jar again and like look at the boy and see if I like nod at the boy and give him a thumbs up and then a thumbs down and move it around.
He follows your movements but does not give you a clue. Yeah.
Poof, I do believe he is mirroring you while in the mirror.
Yeah, I'm just, I don't know, man. I'm throwing a lot of stuff at the wall here. Just,
No, actually, you've thrown nothing at the wall yet.
I will use my hammer, the hammer. It's my spell focus.
Sure.
To touch the mirror.
Okay. The firefly mirror, or
Yeah.
give me a wisdom saving throw.
No. Oh boy.
You are dazed. You basically for the next hour you are incapacitated and you cannot move.
Ah! Poof! Poof! I grab his shoulders and start shaking him. Poof! Oh my goodness.
There is no response. You're alone now, Estelle. Roderick is alone.
Oh no.
No, you have a cat with you.
That's true.
I'm gonna take Poof over to where Skirv is, because I feel like, gotta keep them together.
Vlorganthrix says to you,
Good.
No. What happened? Another succumbed to the castle.
He touched something in the mirror room, and now he's like this. So it's up to me to save the day.
Shall I disintegrate him?
No, he still breathes.
Fine.
I appreciate the offer.
all right, so you go back to the mirror room.
I'm feeling kind of lonely, so I'm
Okay.
gonna try to grab that scroll with the Find Familiar. Because I don't know what else to do.
Okay. Are you gonna summon a familiar?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I'm all alone. My friends are incapacitated. I don't know where my teacher is. There's Lucia here, but I can't talk to her. I need my own familiar.
So, real quick though, the Find Familiar scroll was with the floating disc and magic circle spells. So you have those 3 spells. The one with the Find Familiar also has the form of a cat icon on it.
I'm very firmly believing that this is just gonna resummon Lucia again. But I'm hoping not.
So you want to cast it?
Yes. I'm scared and alone, and I need
It
something.
resummons Lucia to your side.
But now you can communicate.
Hello, Lucia. You're not gonna
Oh,
talk to me?
that's very interesting, John. Yeah, in
Right?
theory, right?
It's yours now.
Aha! I stole my teacher's pet.
Interesting.
You were always the
Interesting.
teacher's pet, and you know it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Interesting.
I'm just so good at spells. Okay, that's why they've all succeeded.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, well, let's do it. So you have Lucia's ear now.
Lucia, I'm a little scared right now. Can you tell me something that will encourage me?
Lucia says in her gentle, kind, feline voice, she says to you, "What can I help you with?"
The mirror room incapacitated my friend Poof, and I hope he gets better soon. But
I think
I
he'll
don't-
be perfect.
oh, Lucia, I'm so glad I could talk to you. I'm just gonna pick her up and hug her.
Watch the fur. Watch the fur. Come now.
Okay, let's go to the mirror room.
I had to lick myself all morning to get it this way.
And you look fantastic. I've never seen a more majestic tail.
She's just like licking her paw and just rubbing her eyes, rubbing her forehead.
Yes.
You bring her to the lightning room?
The mirror room, yeah. I'll go through.
Oh, yeah, the mirror room. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I'll pick her up and I'll stand in front of the puppy.
She's like,
Is this not the way?
You like grab her tail.
Zdravno wouldn't trouble himself with canines.
I see. Because I summoned you, are you mine now?
No.
Oh.
No, I'll always be to Zdravno, but I'm willing to help you because you're helping him.
Of course I'll help. I'll always help him. Okay. I, Estelle, am not clever enough for this. Okay. Help.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm not biting my tongue just because I'm unconscious. I also don't have any ideas.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's to do with the School of Magic. I think. And doesn't seem like we can really interact with it directly without having dire consequences.
She says Zdravno always
what
loved
is the
trinkets.
Are you saying the trinkets are in the house? In this castle with us? I've not seen a jar of fireflies.
You haven't seen any of these items, no.
No.
No. But she says that he loved trinkets.
I pull out the severed hand.
That is not a trinket.
Oh. Okay.
That's old Uncle,
We'll
what's
put
his
it
name's?
Casimir?
Yeah,
Casimir.
Casimir, yep.
Casimir.
Oh. I pull out the mini pyramid I took from the dragon room. What
That's a
about
trinket,
this?
but nothing that resembles anything in the mirror.
Pull out the wooden sword that I brought earlier.
It doesn't really, even though he does carry a wooden sword, it doesn't resemble the same sword. That one, it looked like it was painted or it was on the wall. It was some sort of like decoration, decorative sword.
Ah. Look, I've also been carrying that sword and shield I found earlier from the main room.
Yeah, no, they don't match that sword. That looks like a little wooden sparring sword,
Yes, I need to find the exact things.
Oh, you don't? Well, like I said, told Nate when you were both in the room, you don't think you need to find the item. Touching the mirror is what activates whatever thing that's going on here. So you don't believe that you need to find these items in the house. That's not what you would have thought. Nate touched the mirror twice, and when he touched it, it activated. He didn't need the item to do it.
Do I know what School of Magic the Zdravno specialized in?
I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't think you do, but he does seem to like illusion quite a bit.
All right. Okay.
Based on all these scrolls you found.
It's illusion, then I would want to say fireflies, but kaleidoscope maybe. Oh, that's the worst that can happen. Oh. Lucia, I'm going to touch the kaleidoscope mirror.
She's cleaning herself. Yeah, go ahead. He licks her paw.
I really need to get my own familiar. Okay, I am very fearfully going to touch the kaleidoscope mirror.
You touch the mirror. You reach out your hand. You can see yourself reflecting in the image of the boy. When your fingertips contact the glassy surface, the boy in the image giggles, just like he's been doing. And he takes your hand and leads you through the mirror. You pass through it as if it were only mist. On the other side
Oh.
is a little space, no more than a closet. There's a table with 3 things on it: a finely crafted kaleidoscope, a silver amulet fashioned to look like angels' wings, and a scrap of parchment with writing on it.
And
And the
3
little
health
boy is in
potions.
No health
Is
potions.
okay, is the little boy in here with me?
Nope, you're by yourself.
Okay, I'm gonna go up and take a look at the paper.
The paper shows a picture of a very accurate picture of the waterfall cave. There's some drawing basically, and it locates the secret cave entrance that you found on the other side. So nothing new here. But you see written under the bottom at the bottom of the paper in Zdravno's hand, it reads, "A hypnotic pattern from the kaleidoscope soothes the slinker."
Okay. Okay, so there's a kaleidoscope and there's the necklace with the
Amulet.
wings? Amulet. Okay, so I don't. How do I? Wait,
How do you?
I forgot. Okay, I
You'd have to
forgot how to
identify
spell
it.
kaleidoscope, and then I realized it was in front of me.
Yeah, you've got an amulet and the kaleidoscope and the piece of paper. Both the kaleidoscope and the amulet, if you want to identify them, you'd have to do that with the spell. Or if they are magical and they require attunement, try attuning to them, but that would require an hour.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up these objects and the scrap, and I'm going to try to leave.
You can leave.
Okay, and
When
Oh,
you leave, the mirror is empty.
oh, it's a draft now. Okay,
Back
I'm
to the
gonna
Great
go-
Hall with your companions.
yes, and I'm going to try to attune to which. I'm going to try to attune to the amulet.
Okay. So here's what we'll do. It's going to take an hour to do that. Poof will wake up before the end of your attunement. So at the end, you can fill Poof into what's going on, and you'll have the amulet attuned to. And then Skirm, you'll wake up in another hour after that. So if you wanted to take a short rest, you could do that. We'll do short rests and then attune to some of the items. So
Cool.
let's do it. So you want to attune to the amulet. When you do,
Yes.
this is a amulet of saving grace. You might want to write this down. I don't know if I can send it to you as easily. To have it on a piece of paper. But you gain proficiency with 1 saving throw of your choice. You have to do this when you attune to it, so there's no changing it unless you choose to, I guess, reattune to it. Like you can take another short rest and attune to it.
Oh, geez, I don't even know which one to pick. What keeps coming up?
It's a good question.
Bonfire.
What?
Bonfire.
Should I do dexterity or charisma? I'll do dexterity.
I feel like dexterity. Yeah.
Yeah.
In addition to the choice that you made, if you happen to fail any saving throw, you can choose to re-roll it. Once you use this property, it cannot be used in this way again until the next dawn.
Well, I'm definitely not waiting until then.
No. So you can re-roll a saving throw, and you now have proficiency with dexterity saving throws.
Great. Love that.
Poof, you'll wake up at the end of this attunement, and you'll see that she has a kaleidoscope. You detect magic on it and notice that it is magical.
Okay. And
If
Skirm is still out at this point.
Skirm is still out for another hour, if you would like to...
Okay, then yes, I would attune to this.
Okay, I'm gonna roll my last 2 hit die to heal up.
Sure. The Mage's Kaleidoscope is what this item is called. You can cast Color Spray at 3rd level,
Oh.
Berry Fire, and Hypnotic Pattern. Those are at their base, whatever level they're available at. Hypnotic Pattern's like level 2, and Berry Fire is what, 1?
Yeah.
Whatever
Fairy Fire is
whatever
level
it
1.
is.
Yep.
Yeah. You can cast each spell once, and you cannot cast that spell again through the kaleidoscope until the next dawn. Use your own spellcasting ability and save DCs.
Okay.
Can only be attuned to by an arcane spellcaster like Bard, Sorcerer, Warlock, or Wizard, but you obviously fit that profile.
Sweet.
And so
yeah.
So the two of you have attuned to 2 items, and then Skirm, you wake up.
Skirm, look what items I found.
Where am I?
Oh, we're back in the main hall.
You are here in the Great Hall.
Yeah,
Protected
what
by
he
me,
said.
Vlorgenthrix.
How you feeling, bud?
Like I took a good conk on the head. Ugh.
Ah.
You guys drop me on the way down the stairs?
Only once.
I mean, it was awkward getting you down here, but no. There was an ogre, big wooden ogre.
Yes.
Oh,
He got you good.
nice amulet. Nice kaleidoscope. Is there anything for me?
Here, I give him the scrap of paper confidently.
Who has the
This was the
illusion
third
spells?
item.
Who took the parchment with the illusion spells from the chest? Did Skirm take those?
Yeah, I had those still.
Okay, so those are your magical ability. Those are your items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got something that helps me survive a little bit better, but I have no more. I don't get more magic spells. Everyone else does.
I look at the time, however that works on my sundial watch or whatever.
You could
Like,
you could look out maybe the window in the dining the throne room or something, and see that it is clearly morning. It's about 7. It'd be about 7:50 a.m. Actually, no. Unfortunately, no. It's gonna be more like 8:10 because you took 2-hour rests and you went into that room. You had to wait to go into that room and came back in and out. So it's 8:10 in the morning.
wow. So guys, I've been out for like 4 hours or so. You must have solved this whole thing already. What do we do? Where do we go?
Well, there was one
Thank-
more. There was a
thanks
door
for-
we didn't open upstairs.
Thanks for waiting for me. That was really nice of you guys.
Oh, we wouldn't dare steal the glory away from you.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
we just. Yeah. We figured out the lightning room.
Also,
Did we?
I used the find familiar scroll. I can hear Lucia.
What?
She doesn't help me that much.
What?
She could probably hear you. You know.
No. No.
So, is there any other things to do in the lightning room? Are we done?
Seems like it. Yeah.
Upstairs, I guess.
Upstairs we go.
I won't be touching any cool-looking orbs anymore. I promise, guys.
What was that orb?
Oh man, that's cool.
That was the orb that opened up the. It was like the key to the
Oh, right.
Yeah.
suit of armor.
Yeah, the orb opened up. No, the orb opened up the lightning room trap. It fit right into the little.
Was it the suit of
hand.
armor that had the hand? Yeah.
Yeah, it fit into the hand. Yeah, exactly.
All right, back upstairs.
Back to the top. Move your tokens over here. I put a green little dividing line here because it gives us a little more visual aid.
Yeah.
And so you can see this is the library room where you found books, the skull, weird things, the scrolls on the case here, the find familiar spell. And in here was the orb with the wooden golem. There's a door to the east, though, as you've mentioned. Would you like to enter?
Yeah. Skirm, how you feeling?
Yeah,
you-
she looked a little tired.
Did you get you got a short rest, right?
Skirm did not.
Yeah, no, I have. I'm guessing I have one hit.
You have
point.
one hit point.
All right, Scram, stand back.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if I have 10, if I have 1, it's all the same at this point.
Good point.
Oh,
All right. Who opens the door? Poof?
I will.
You see a workshop, but something is covering this room. You can see the door opens into the workshop with tables, implements, and ingredients. Containers with various alchemical substances. Things that are liquid, things that are powdery, things that are sticky, and so on. A planter pot is overgrown with thick ivy, a large specimen of the same ivy you've seen growing in various parts of the castle walls. Also, this room seems like yet another place where you could spend a good amount of time searching or experimenting, if only you had the time. There are 2 doors in this room too. So just for perspective, okay? You see in the picture, I believe. Yeah, you see it, right? Yeah.
No.
You don't see the picture?
No.
On the Zoom?
Oh no,
no.
you haven't been sharing anything on Zoom.
The whole day, we thought you were doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, Bob. Thought it was some finale magic.
I mean, I just wanted to make sure that the YouTube looked good. So I'm like, well, the important part is fine. So.
Yeah, we checked the YouTube. The YouTube's
is
fine.
like.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're watching on YouTube?
Yeah, it was.
I checked it when I brought up
You
the
could.
chat.
Yeah.
YouTube's showing. YouTube's showing it. Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
you can watch
YouTube's
it.
good. It's just not on our Zoom.
Yeah, it's just not on Zoom.
Okay.
I think
Now
you have
you
to do
should-
the whole screen.
Oh,
share.
Bob, did you just have a heart attack?
Well, no. As long as the viewers could have seen it, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all
that's
that
so
really
much better.
matters.
Oh, that's beautiful, Bob.
It just shows up nice on my computer screen.
Lovely.
Yeah, I figured. All right, so real quick then, the door that you came in from is the door furthest to the north in this picture. So you came in like
What is
closer to the
north?
northern wall. There is another
Oh.
door to the south on the same wall of the door you entered. So if you were to just turn right, you'd see that there's another door.
I mean, I want to cast Detect Magic.
Am I gonna need more space?
No, I don't think you will. And in terms of the room layout, just so we can make sure it looks good. Yep, that's perfect. A nice rectangle, and there'll be a door
Diagonal
here.
line.
There'll be a door here.
Okay.
Okay. All right, and Nate, your detect magic goes off.
Mhm.
There are quite a few different magical things here. The ivy itself. Let's see. The ivy seems to have some sort of a magical aura as well, like transmutation. The let's see, what else? There are tons of alchemical products here that could be used in things like spell components, but nothing here is giving you a magical aura. But clearly, the right combination of herbs and roots and whatnot could be made into, spell components.
Any good berries?
No good berries.
Only bad berries.
Maybe an herbalism kit, anything like that.
Yeah, you probably could. Do you have proficiency in herbalism kit?
No.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure you can make a healing potion with one.
Gotcha. There is
I'm
no
really glad I
herbalism
took-
kit, but if you have proficiency with it or survival, you could perhaps discern what these herbs and things are.
Is my
I-
dice set not helpful? No, really?
Dice set? No, not helpful.
Being
What about
proficient
cards?
No, those weren't helpful?
No,
what do we do,
not
guys?
quite.
I have Mason's tools, but I am proficient in survival.
I have
Okay,
Is anyone
go for it.
proficient in
tools.
medicine?
Yes.
Medicine does not help here.
But I am proficient in that, and I'm the one who's needed it every time.
So Bob, I'll roll survival
Sure.
to see if I can discern any sort of healing anything. 13.
You look around the workshop and you find some, you uncover some components that would be good for a spell pouch, something like that. You find a vial of crystalline powder that could be worth about 40 gold, some sacred incense, about 20 gold, alchemical reagents, about 20 gold worth, and that's about all you can do. You feel like there might be some other things in here, but your survival check wasn't high enough to discern if anything was valuable or what you could use.
And I could use investigation.
No, it would be survival or herbalism. It's not
Gotcha,
looking for it.
okay.
It's being able to know if that thing could be used.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. But you do find tons of, like I said, herbs, all different sorts of alchemical components, and yet, again, if you were more knowledgeable maybe of the survival aspect, you could do it.
Okay,
Or
I have
herbalism.
2 inspirations, so I'm gonna try that again.
Okay.
So I feel like this could be the difference for one of us. A nat 20!
Bravo.
Okay. This ivy, something is strange about it. Perhaps this ivy could be used in some sort of alchemical combination, and that could be worth quite a bit of gold on in terms of spell
sorry.
components.
Mr. Tabletop Bob, because I've never played a wizard before, I forgot that there's such thing as arcane recovery for short
Yeah,
rest.
with the
Can I
short
use
rest.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely forgot that exists.
You
If
gain
so.
2 because you're 4th level. You gain 2 levels of a spell. You could get, I think you can get a 1st level, 2 1st level spells, and even a 1 2nd level if you chose to do it in that method instead of 2 1s, 1 2.
Okay,
And John,
I'm
correct
gonna
me because
get-
I know you play a wizard in Nate's
Yep.
campaign.
That's what it is.
Okay, I'm going to grab 2 of the 1st level, so I'm back to 4 out of 4.
Okay, great, perfect.
All right, sorry. Just I completely forgot that exists.
Cool. Bob, do I think you can turn any of this into something that'll heal?
Yeah, you definitely could, but you also with a 22 you got right.
Yeah.
You know that this actual ivy is dangerous. It's known as insidious ivy. It can attack people, so
Bonfire.
you don't want to go
Okay.
near it.
Yeah, so again, like I'll get every advantage that I can out of that roll. Do I know if I were to burn it, it would ruin any properties I could get from it?
Let's see.
Pretty sure all our spells are going to damage this thing.
Yeah, it's also fair to say I
got acid splash.
No matter how well I roll, I just wouldn't know.
A catapult. I can throw potatoes at it.
Well, yeah,
It's for the win.
it was worth money, and if we wanted to use one of these other spell scrolls that we had, we needed components.
You would know
Oh,
that
that's right.
yes, you do
Right.
need components to cast those
I
spells.
forgot about that. Thanks.
Oh, shoot. Yes.
I believe I told you the numbers for each one. Do you want me to restate it?
Yeah, I don't have
Yeah,
it written
because I
down.
did not write.
So for the Arcanus Magic Aura, you would need a total of, let's see, now I can't find it here. Let's see. I thought I had it. I said it last time, and now I can't remember. But you would need, at the very minimum, though, you would need a... You know what? I said it last time, and I don't see it here in the spell description. Maybe it's somewhere else, and I made a mistake. You probably would gain the idea that, based on all the stuff that Nate has already collected, if you were to harvest some of this ivy, it would be enough to do both spells. I think it was 25 for the Disguise Object, so that was, very minimal. And it was 150 for the Arcanus Magic Aura. So, like I said, with some of your own spell component pouches, with the magical components that were here, you probably could just get a few more of the from the ivy, and you'd be good to go.
Cool.
I convey all this to those two.
Oh, splendid.
And Nate,
You
what
think
you
I
know
should-
about the ivy is that just don't hit it with psychic damage because it's a plant, and piercing damage, and you should be good. It would have resistance to other things like bludgeoning, but fire would probably do fine.
Yeah. All right. I think it's time to light this thing up. What do you all think?
I get. Yeah.
Oof,
Burn, baby,
live
burn.
up to your namesake. Make the spell.
I drop a bonfire on it.
Nice. And since this creature doesn't have an actual movement, it can just kind of reach out within 10 feet. It doesnn't have the ability to reach you if you stay away, on the outskirts of the room from it. So
Yeah.
after a few rounds, it'll burn through the ivy. But as it's burning, and I'll let you decide this, Nate, every area of it that starts to burn, you realize is going to be unusable.
Oh.
So, like, one round goes
I
through
will
and
shape some. I'll cancel the spell as soon as I realize that. Maybe we should try to use like a blade. See if we can cut it off.
I have a sword.
Excellent.
I'm not proficient in it. I skipped that lesson.
It's
Sure.
not a rod, but it is a sword.
No.
if you want to actually try to attack it, we'd have to roll initiative here.
I just want to cut a piece off. Is that attacking it?
Yes.
If do I think a cloud of parasites would do damage to it?
What type of damage does it do?
Infestation. Oh, it does poison damage.
Would probably ruin it as well. Yeah, would probably ruin
that
it as
sounds
well.
right.
Could I distract it with a terrible joke with Tasha's hideous laughter?
No, you would probably understand that this thing wouldn't be immune to something like that. It's not humanoid, and it clearly doesn't have an anatomy for that.
Ooh.
Tough crowd.
Necromancy?
Necromancy would decay it, so also kill it.
Yeah.
What if I wanted to
Wait.
I want to like do necromancy on one part in like the middle, so like the end of it becomes detached and not sentient. Hopefully.
I don't know that you can choose a pinpoint a place. It just the source. I don't know actually. Let me think about that one a little bit. You had an
We
idea?
clearly have to use some of our
I
resources.
say, wait. I think I have an idea, but I'm gonna need one of you guys to hold Busey, and I'm gonna toss one of you Busey, and then I'm going to conjure, change the fishbowl. I'll change it into a long razor blade.
Oh,
3 foot long razor blade. No, it can be no more than 3 feet. Yeah, so 3 foot long razor blade.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use Mage Hand and pick it up.
Okay, so you're gonna hold a razor blade with the mage hand.
Yes, and
Okay.
I'm going to try to maneuver it at the plant, and I just want to try and cut the piece of the plant off.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to go into initiative for this.
Oh.
Roll initiative.
dang.
Is this like sharp ice?
Yeah. Well, how are you conjuring the blade? Is it your bowl turning into it, or?
No, that's that's my conjuration magic. As a conjuration wizard, you can conjure an object,
Ah.
and you can conjure that object. It needs to be no larger than 3 feet on the side and weigh no more than 10 pounds.
Gotcha.
It's
Okay.
non-magical. It's just a thing.
That's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go. Let's go to the initiative order here. I've got Skirm at 19, Rod at 5.
Sorry that
That's
I
okay.
mean, if we stay more than 10 feet away, we think we're good here.
12.
12.
Yeah. I said. I would have conveyed that for sure.
Okay. So then, we're gonna stay. You're gonna stay, on the outskirts of the room, so you don't go too close to it. And we'll go with Skirm first.
I'm gonna do absolutely nothing.
Okay. We'll go to the creature. It's gonna. Looks like it's moving, getting ready to strike. Poof. What do you got?
I'm gonna try my mage hand razor blade thing.
Okay, go for it. Give me a attack roll with your intelligence,
Ooh,
like your spell
okay.
attack.
Sweet. We got a 16.
A 16. Nice. That'll hit.
Excellent. What would you consider? How does this damage work?
It's going to be, we'll say it counts as like a dagger, so a d4.
Cool. 1 damage.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not going to add too much to the dex. It's not really a magical attack. It's just hitting it. But 1, you do cut a couple of leaves off.
Excellent.
You know?
That's I'm really less killing it, more just deliving
Shaving.
it. Yeah.
Okay. The creature will go with its ready to attack. I probably should have done this as well before it attacked you, but it's going to attack the razor blade to try to like hit the hand. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Mage Hand doesn't actually have a tangible target, correct?
I don't believe so. Sorry.
All right. So I'm just gonna say it's aiming for the razor blade then, 'cause you can't even
Spectral
see.
floating hand.
Yeah. Okay. It goes for the razor blade. It clearly hits it, and we'll see if you can. So what happens here is it grabs things. So it grabs the razor blade, and will pull it away from you. It has far more than the 10-pound strength, so it takes it.
Okay.
Does it cut itself when it takes the razor blade?
It does not. No.
It is razor thin. Both sides, Bob.
Okay, so maybe that'll give it another point of damage. That's fine.
Yes.
How
It buries
hurt
it
does look?
beneath it.
I'm hoping this is death by 3 paper cuts and not 1,000.
There are some
I was
leaves on the
gonna
floor.
say.
Not enough to use it for any alchemical purposes. However, you might be on the right track here. Obviously, you want to gain some of it. A big portion of it's been burned off from the bonfire. You think that there might be a better source of elemental spells to preserve it.
Ones we don't have. Ice, I'm guessing.
Do you have ice?
No, I
Yeah,
do
you can
actually
make
have
those.
an ice.
You can make blocks of ice and like drop it on it, can't you?
Oh, duh. Yeah, Bob, is there any water in this room?
Sure. Yeah, there'll be like a basin or something here. Yeah.
Okay.
Just run
yeah,
the
I'll
sink.
shape some water around the plant, and then the next turn I will freeze it.
Nice. And
What
is this
would
a
it do?
spell or is this a
Shape
ability?
water.
Oh, shape water. yeah, yeah.
Cantrip.
How much
It's
can
an
it
action
freeze?
to like. Sorry, what?
How much can it freeze?
5 foot
Up to a
cube.
5-foot cube. So
Oh, dang. So you could like freeze a whole big portion of it. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So we'll do this. So the icy water that surrounds the plant from your shape water then freezes, and a huge block of it breaks off from the main plant, and it's there, frozen in the ice.
Excellent. And do I feel like I've got enough?
Oh, you got a ton of it. 5-foot
Great.
cube of it? Oh, yeah, for sure.
I will, cancel the conjuration of the razor blade, and then reconjure the fishbowl, put water into the fishbowl, get Busey back,
Mm-hmm.
and then grab the plant matter. Ooh. I will use Mage Hand to grab the plant matter.
Sure. I would say probably you can just all of you can like grab the block and draw it closer to you, because it's going to be heavy to move.
Okay.
Right? A 5-foot block of ice would be like almost impossible to move, I would say.
Yeah, I
One
figure,
person.
maybe I don't, however big I need it to be to get as much of that plant as I need.
Sure.
So, yeah.
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 Oh yeah, I never showed the ivy active. Look at this.
Oh, hey,
Cool.
buddy.
Love it.
Nice.
But there's the ivy active. You got it, like most of that tendrily part burned off in the first round, and now you've gotten most of it secured in the block of ice, and you can move it around, and it's basically essentially dead. When you
Excellent.
when you melt the water, I guess you can cancel the spell, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, when it dies and it kind of like you can see it wither and dry up. I mean, it's obviously not dry; it's doused in water, but the plant is effectively dead at this point. You can now harvest these dried leaves, wet, dry leaves. Wet,
Great.
dried.
Yeah.
They say that's key. You gotta dry them out before you soak them. It's but yeah, we'll collect all that.
And this would be
Sweet.
enough for alchemical components for all of
Yeah.
your spell scrolls.
So I'll give those to Skirm.
Yep,
Okay.
perfect. Thank you.
All right. There is another door in this room, and obviously you can go anywhere else in the castle.
Did we check out the table yet?
Yeah, Nate looked around the tables and found all the alchemical components.
All right, I'm gonna open this door confidently.
Sure. It's a stairwell that leads up, and it turns sort of
Oh.
towards the north.
Oh,
Ooh. Oh,
So
it's
kinda-
a tower.
Turns this way.
It's a tower.
Yay,
It is a tower.
we found the tower.
All right. Yeah. I'll stick to Roderick's back, encouraging Skirm to stay behind me.
Yep,
Sure.
definitely.
And Estelle, I'll just draw this one for you.
yeah, I'm. Yeah.
Place yourselves here in the green square.
Oh,
Actually,
no.
I don't like that green square. I'm going to change it. I want to make a different color. What color were you using? Red?
Yeah, like the
So
dark
green
red.
is-
Mauve.
Level 2.
At this point, Wallet has like 12 times more health than I do.
All right. Place yourselves. This is the stairwell that leads up.
Yeah. I'm ready to fight.
Okay. This is a cool room. I'm going to share the image with you first, and then I'll describe it. At the entrance to this upper chamber, you're held back by some sort of invisible barrier. Some unseen wall blocks your entry. But from this spot, you see the interior of an observatory tower with an astronomy scope positioned at an open window. A greatsword in a decorative scabbard with a sapphire in the pommel leans against the wall, and nearby is a writing desk. You've been at the entryway for no more than a brief moment when a voice speaks to you. I don't have a cool voice for this one, I think, but it could be our friend
Gotcha.
Vorgenthrix's voice. Maybe a little different.
Make a Warforge.
Yeah, why not? You hear,
A gang of little imps comes flitting out of its hole, noisy but unseen and difficult to control. In every kind of rhythm, they flutter and squeeze and poke. They possess most any victim, and even sometimes choke.
and I'll say that in common for everybody who couldn't understand
Thank
it.
you.
A gang of little imps comes flitting out of its hole, noisy but unseen and difficult to control. In every kind of rhythm, they flutter and squeeze and poke. They possess most any victim, and sometimes even choke. Another riddle. But what does it mean? And I'll put this in our chat.
Alright, I want to get one of these things.
Alright.
We struck out on the first one. Maybe we can get this. Maybe this is the penultimate one.
I just have to say as a side note, my cat is next to me and he's currently snoring and it's very cute.
You mean Lucia? That's adorable.
It hasn't come up, Bob.
Yeah, I gotta set it in there.
Oh, okay.
There you
This is not it yet.
I see a sword though.
go. Yes.
I was gonna say Sir Roderick.
Please, please. I have to earn that title.
You've earned it for me, man.
Sir Roderick, brave Sir Roderick, bravely ran away.
That would hurt.
Okay, it's coming now. It's loading. I'm going to send you the riddle, but the riddle again, like I said, is a gang of little imps comes flitting out of its hole, noisy but unseen and difficult to control. In every kind of rhythm, they flutter and squeeze and poke. They possess most any victim and sometimes even choke. And here it is.
They are obviously choking on the potatoes. Clearly, this is the key to the riddle.
I agree, Sir Roderick.
Okay. Discuss. Let me know if you have any questions for me.
You're held back by an invisible barrier. Okay.
So we're trying to figure out what this gang of little imps is a metaphor for.
Is it not us?
Noisy and unseen are difficult to control. I feel like we're definitely
Yeah,
not
like-
unseen.
Maybe like kids graduating school and entering the world. That last bit's a little dark. They possess most any victim, and even sometimes choke.
Well, choke also ascribes to a performance where you choke. You know, it's like the
Oh,
nerves.
that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, so, is it music? Is it rhythm? Is it the blues? It's bluegrass, isn't it? That's the answer.
Good idea.
You are saying these out loud, I assume, right?
Oh no!
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing has happened. Nope, nothing has happened.
Okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm just saying if you were to say the word and it sounds like your character's voice, I would let you know if it succeeded. If you're just talking about it like Nate, Estelle, John, then I don't know. I would be careful. So I would say speak in your character's voices.
Yeah.
Getting a little imps, getting out of its hole, unseen, and difficult to control. The kind of rhythm they flutter, squeeze, and pull. Because it's sometimes. Is it a musical? No. It's unseen.
Yep,
Oh.
unseen. So I'll let you think on this more. But one thing that you would remember, and I think it's just the nature of us playing so far apart from everything, but you do remember in the portrait room that the portraits of the twin daughters, the twin nieces, Elena and Alana, it was told to you that they are the password to the observatory.
Oh, I thought it was the tower.
Well, this is the tower. This is the
Yeah,
tower.
okay, no, I guess that makes sense, yeah.
However, you say the names Elena and Alana,
Oh, wait, and Alana.
and nothing happens.
No, Elena and Alana Corabella?
Nothing happens.
My
So
most
that does not
favorite
appear to be the
nieces?
answer to this riddle.
I want to say dance or dancing, but that's not quite it.
So obviously, you know, you're on the right track. Like it has to be something that fits all of the requirements, just like the Vlorganthrix example. Got to fit all of the requirements. So each 2 lines or 2, I don't know what they call it, 2 stanzas, I don't know, whatever it is. That each line kind of gives you a thing. It has to fit that. Dance is not a bad guess, but it is not the answer. But it doesn't fulfill all of the descriptions. But
It's
it would
not.
it would
It's
be
not a heartbeat. Maybe I have to think more abstract.
Yeromel, Nadesta, Radak, and Maria. Frau.
You get the sense though, Nate, that that Poof would know. It's clearly not the family names. It's got to be a riddle answer.
Do we have any? Okay, I'm assuming the riddle answer is one word and not like a whole phrase. Okay.
That makes sense, yeah. If you want to give me an insight check, you can. I can see if I can give you some clues, things that you might have picked up.
I
along
mean,
the
I'll
way.
roll for it, but I got a -1.
And disadvantage too.
Oh yeah,
I've got a regular D20.
that's a 1.
Okay.
I got a 9.
Yeah. Again, basically, just got to make sure you can fit the whatever the answer is to each line. So. While you're thinking about it, inside the room, what you can see, you see it's dim illumination. There's light from ever-burning sconces with bluish flames. They look like they are at a very dim level. It's possible that they could be brightened as well. You've seen more ever-brightening sconces at brighter levels. Cabinets with star charts, astronomy books, things like that. You can see mundane trinkets and a blue robe. You also
I like the
see.
sound of that.
Sorry.
Oh, I just said I like the sound of that.
Yeah,
I'll try and put on the teacher's robe.
yeah. If you can get into the place, if you can get in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also
hey.
you see the telescope, a great work of artifice used to view heavenly bodies. You don't know too many people who own one of these.
Huh.
Can you all think of any like animals or creatures that this might describe? Perhaps when they're young.
Noisy and unseen. I'm trying to think of things that could be noisy.
Yeah.
But like you can't see them, right? So like I don't know if it's an animal unless
Maybe,
it's like
what about
stealthy.
like a bug?
Mm.
Like bees?
Or like a germ.
Ooh.
But the choke.
It's not atoms or matter.
No.
You get the sense that it, based on
Is it-
all the clues here, that it has to be something that makes a sound.
Right.
It's sorry, not something that makes it's a sound. It has to be something that fits all of these ones here. So a gang of little imps comes flitting out of its hole, noisy but unseen and difficult to control. So a sound that is noisy, unseen, difficult to control.
Is it a fart? And
You
you,
say
choke on it? I don't think that's what he would do.
But it has to have a
Is
rhythm.
is it breathing? Breath?
I mean,
It has to have
you
a
haven't
rhythm,
heard him
John.
fart.
It also has to possess most any victim.
Smelled it.
Can it
Everybody-
possess people?
Everybody farts.
But can it possess people? What sound can possess people and sometimes make them choke?
Coughing.
Oh, what?
Sneeze?
Yeah, I was gonna
Burp.
say sneezing, hiccups, coughing.
But it's got a rhythm.
There's no reaction, but
Butter,
you-
squeeze, poke. Sorry
Go for
about what?
no, I would say there's no reaction to it. Like the wall of force is still there, but
Mhm.
but you feel like you're filling some of the descriptions. Like some of those are close to fitting the description, but just off by a bit.
A gasp.
Burps?
Flutter,
Yes.
squeeze, and poke. What
Like a-
sound do you make that would do such a thing?
A panic
laugh?
attack?
Laughter?
And that is the answer. As you say, laughter,
Ah.
and even Skirm laughs. The door, the wall of force dissipates.
Oh, I'm so lucky to have such clever friends.
I'll be honest, I was a little worried there for a moment.
Yeah, I went like big. I went like for the big abstract thing.
My next clue is going to be, all right, chat, help him out. I don't know if the chat.
It is really
Got it,
tough
but-
to, on the spot, answer riddles.
Yeah.
even when they're not super challenging.
While people are watching you, yeah.
Yeah.
I like how a fart was our catalyst for getting the answer.
It will-
Bodily function.
I was just like, I don't know. That's like the best thing I can come up with. But it seems too weird to say.
you know what though? The chat had a couple of good ones here. Tasman had yawns. That they are contagious. They can possess you, right? Like I feel like a yawn is when you have to yawn, you really have to. The only thing is I don't think it makes as much of a sound. I mean, you could make a sound, but it doesn't have to.
Stop it! Everyone just yawned at home.
All right, friends. The barrier is gone.
We walk into the room.
Yeah, you can walk into the room.
My dear friend, can you detect magic upon this? room?
Yeah, immediately.
All right, so you don't sense much magic in this room. The ever-burning sconces do. They obviously do, but that's kind of it.
robe and
Give me an
the
Arcana
claymore?
check, though. And anybody can make this. All of you can make this.
Please.
Oh, I'm
make
super
this.
smart. It's a 17 at a disadvantage.
Yeah, these are similar to some that you might see in the Arcanum, Librarian
19.
Arcanum. They can be enhanced, so you can say command words, usually like brighten, dim, extinguish, ignite, will control the lighting in this room.
Ooh.
Brighton!
It gets bright. It's a bright room now. Bright light in this room.
I go, wait, hold on. I got an idea. Dim. And I run up to the telescope.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Yep, you
And
dim
look-
it,
and
and you
look-
run
and
up to the
look through it.
telescope.
Sorry. I use my eyeball.
Use your eyeball.
I use the telescope.
Yeah, it's one of those. I go through the door.
Okay. Yeah, so you go to the telescope and you look into it, and you can see the heavenly bodies, like I described before. Give me a intelligence investigation check, or are you proficient with navigator's tools?
I'm not, but I love the investigation check.
Okay.
Again, I'm really loving that we're like brewers' tools. And
I got a 26.
It's viewing a constellation right now known as the Trickster. Some also call this the Jester in this
Oh
region.
boy. Guys, it's pointed at a constellation called the Trickster or the Jester.
Jester.
Feels like there might be some goofery going on.
And John,
This
what is
entire
Skirm
castle's
doing?
free.
I guess I'm looking at the books on the desk. Any papers, any information.
Sure, the cabinets have star charts, astronomy books, spare parts, mundane trinkets, and the blue robe, like I had mentioned. There's also the writing desk there that you saw before.
blue
There's also
robe.
a fine globe in the room that is not near the things that I described, but there is like the writing desk as well.
The writing desk is what I'm looking at. Yeah.
Okay. So you find various papers, and all of them look rather mundane, kind of boring. But then you see underneath the pile of papers, hidden, is a leather-bound journal.
All right. I guess I'm gonna ask Rod to open it for me.
I definitely open
No,
it.
I'm gonna use Wallet to open it.
While it'll open the book, and you can see it's a number of entries. It looks like it's written in Zdravno's handwriting. Now, this,
oh my god! And in the middle of this, I just remember to cast Mage Armor right now.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
I have probably a few of these to send to you, so let me
Okay.
send them. Let's see, how can I do this fast? I'm going to send one to you and have you read it, and then while you're reading it, I will then do the others.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. It should be coming in now. Now. Here you go. All right. You can
Got
read
it.
it, John, and then I'll do it. Go ahead.
Oh, you want to read it out loud?
You read it out loud. Yep, and
Okay.
then I'll do the others, clip the others. Go ahead.
Malekithis
Malekithis.
has made his offer a second time, and it is even more appealing now. My only misgiving is the short amount of time he is allowing me to make my decision. With the wealth and mystical power that he would grant, I could accomplish a great many things. Renovate the castle like Father wanted, build the observatory tower, and show the girls the stars. Finally, create the constructs. ... I have taken the bargain. My glee is matched only by my apprehension. However, I did make sure to be very careful when signing the deal. In exchange for the grand sum of power and wealth, Malekithis bade me obtain 2 items for him: the helm of Cernabog and the sword of blue flame. Ooh, looks like that might be... sorry, lost my spot. Sword of blue flame. The consequences of failure are dire, but I am aware of both these items. The plan will run smoothly. Cernabog was a mighty and dread warlord who led many campaigns during the Age of Conquest. His magic helm he fashioned from an exotic dark steel, and he set a beautiful sapphire into its brow. It granted him magical protection and a keen edge to his aggressive battle tactics. The Sword of Blue Flame is an older item, once wielded by, my god, the names are my bane.
Fantasy names, you gotta love them.
Yeah.
Aeldog, Dogoff of
Aeldagoff of Neperna.
Yeah, okay, at least I got the Neperna part right. It also is studded with sapphire. It is said to ignite with an azure flame. I think that says that burns with freezing cold instead of heat. In fact, I have already made contact with the weapon's owner and arranged for its purchase. Next journal entry. I have been studying the Sword of Blue Flame, which I procured just yesterday. I am surprised by the fact that the magic infused into it is rather basic. My apprentice should be able to create such an item here in just a few years. Does Malekithis desire it for some sort of historical significance? I will have to do more research. As for now, I am ready to begin the initial phase of creating the Sentinel construct to watch over the Great Hall.
Yeah.
All right. And that all kind of checks out with what you've heard. The infernal contract. Now, all the other stuff about the sword and this helm, that is new to you. But ties in even with the creation of Lorganthrix, the sentinel in the Great Chamber. So all this has been, recent. Recent enough. In fact, you were even mentioned in it. Your apprentices were even mentioned in this one. And I have another one for you. If John, you did a great job reading it. If you feel like your character wants to read more, you can, or you want to pass it off to one of these knuckleheads. It's up to you.
More than happy to keep reading.
Okay, here it is. I'll send it to you now. It's a long one, John. There's what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more entries that you find. Go ahead.
Let's get some zoom on this guy. That one's... Oh, it gets blurry as I zoom in. All right, great.
I could read
eyes.
it, by the way. I could totally read it. 'Cause I have it perfectly. You want me to read it?
Yeah, go for it. It's definitely
Okay.
blurry on my end.
Yeah, it's hard with the cuts here. All right, so it says, things are going splendidly. My castle is coming to life. The rooms are clean. Furnishings and art are coming in at a steady pace. How wonderful it feels to have servants here again. The only thing that ails me is the health of the twins. Their mother and I are quite worried. I have paid the best healer in Casa Vecchia to come treat them. My funds are beginning to dwindle, but I will turn a profit soon enough. And I still have a great reserve of the infernal power that I was granted as part of the deal. I cannot wait to show those old curmudgeons at the Librarium Arcanum the amazing contraptions and constructs that I have assembled. Ha ha! Next section. The tower will be complete within a few days, but my joy has withered away. Elena died of a fever last night, and Alana this morning. The world is only gray today. I cannot write anything else. The next entry. After some late nights of research, I have come upon a most unsettling discovery. The sword which I purchased is not the Sword of Blue Flame. It is a replica. The actual sword was acquired and smelted by Cenerbog, who used the sapphire to create his helm. The reality of my situation stares at me grimly in the face. I have stumbled into a paradox. It is impossible to possess both the helm of Cenerbog and the Sword of Blue Flame, for even the sword was to be somehow reforged. Both items share the same unique sapphire. I do not know what I am to do. I have a meeting with Malekithis in 1 week. End of the entry. Next entry. Things do not bode well. I spoke with Malekithis, and I can sense that he knows that he has me in his grasp. As far as he is concerned, I am as good as his. Why did I let this happen? This is not the way that things are supposed to turn out. My family speaks of moving away to Bazagon. My contemporaries regarding me as a recluse. I wonder if even my apprentices hold me in any amount of esteem. Lucia is my last joy. Things look hopeless right now. End of the entry. Next entry. Malekith's emissary now dwells within my castle. This is the final straw that has caused my family and servants to flee. I do not blame them. I am now a prisoner in my own home. I must be careful what I do, and even what I write. That little imp's eyes and ears could be anywhere. I have not given up, though. I am going to give my all. My final meeting with Malekith's is in 13 days. I have been researching with great fervor anything I can do regarding the character of Cernabog. I still have a few outside contacts, and I still have Lucia. Poor Lucia. I do not want to drag her into this. And as you're reading this out loud, you look over to Lucia, and she's like... very sad. My plan is taking shape. The next entry, which actually I just realized I never sent to you. I'll read it, and I'll send it to you at the end, okay? My plan is taking shape. I have learned much of Cernabog in the past week. He was a tiefling, early in the existence of that accursed race, and rather a brutal warlord. During his life, he was allied with the devil Malekith's the Three-Horned, who aspires to ascend in rank to Pit Fiend, as vile as they come sure to be. Cernabog's lifelong enmity was the Circle of Light, an order of followers of Illus the Lantern. In fact, he died on the battlefield, struck down by one of their champions, Deraphim. This holy knight wielded a legendary sword known as Lumini Belor. This sword is no mere blade. The weapon's name means warrior of light. It is an entity itself of an angel of some sort that came to this world for a time to answer to the Holy Knight's prayers. That's the end of that entry. There's 2 more entries in the book. The second to last one reads, I have the champion who slew Cernabog. Well, in a way. I used the last of the infernal power to bind the soul of the champion into a suit of armor. Who would ever have imagined such a thing? He should be calling Lumini Belor back into the world any time now. Still, I have not figured out how to piece this all together. It's quite possible that if this exalted sword were brought to Malekith's presence, it would activate, merely by force of its own will. The trouble is getting Malekith's to accept the sword. Being a powerful devil and such, an adversary of Circle of Light, an artifact such as this would be blasphemy of the worst kind. End of the second to last entry. The final entry in the book is recent. It says the imp suspects something. The imp suspects something. If Malekith's discovers that I am failing to uphold my end of the bargain, let alone my scheme, this entire plan is ruined. Lumini Belor has not yet arrived, and I am not sure why. The spirit of the champion possessing the armor often goes dormant. He is in prayer? In a meditative trance? Did he manage to return to the celestial realm from which I called him? I will try once again to convince Malekith's to give me more time. If he takes me tonight, all may be for naught. I have locked away everything as to keep out those damned devils that patrol my own home. I have also set up a number of magical wards and altered the password to the tower. I'm going to perform the portal ritual with the tallest candles I have. Lastly, I am sending Lucia out to Casavecchia with the letter. Unfortunately, each move I make risks being exposed by that damnable imp, so I have to use esoteric wordings. I am hoping against all hope. And that is the last journal entry of Zdravno.
That
Okay.
put some things together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
discuss.
All right,
Well-
so he's making deals with the devils.
Three-horned devil, yeah.
I have mixed feelings about our teacher potentially being a warlock and not a true wizard. But regardless, he has helped me immensely, and I believe he has also helped the both of you as well.
Yeah.
It just shows that even teachers can be morons too.
Oh,
I don't
Still-
know.
We must rescue him.
why did he
Yeah.
make a deal with a devil?
No, yeah, I mean, I don't think he deserves eternal torture or anything. I just mean, maybe, the glass was shattered a little bit for me. I kind of looked up to him a little bit,
Whatever happens, we'll face it together, regardless.
Yeah. Oh, Roderick, you always get me hyped.
I'm not a paladin. I'm not a paladin or anything. I probably am dumb enough to make that choice at some point.
Word.
So there are a couple things that don't make sense to you. Obviously, there's some things missing in this story here. He says that he has a chamber where he speaks to Malekithis, and the candles for the summoning circle or whatever it would be are the tallest candles he could find. You have not seen any place in this castle like that.
Yeah.
But
Can I
yeah.
check the wardrobe in this room?
At least to
Yeah,
know.
there's nothing. The wardrobe doesn't have anything of value in it.
I'm really curious about this sword here.
Yeah, you could pick up the sword. The sword itself is like I kind of told you. It's it does look like it does in the picture there, like a sword of blue flame. You pick it up and you can swing it around. The flame kind of does have a sort of like a flaming, almost like a what's the word called? What's the actual flaming sword in D&D?
Oh, flame tongue or something?
Yeah, like a
that?
flame tongue. Like it does emanate the blue flame when you swing it, but it's very minor magic, and it doesn't you can do detect magic on it, and it doesn't seem like it's going to do much. It's very barely magical, it's just all for effect. You know what I mean?
All right, so a couple of thoughts just to think out loud here. Right, like anything that we've seen so far that could be one of the items we're looking for. So, yeah, the sword of blue flame, whatever, the helm with the other sapphire, but we're really looking for this sword that has the celestial power
Correct.
in it, right?
And
Well,
that's. Is it?
The vault downstairs?
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah. That's maybe, but that
The
also
arm-
seems
The armor that attacked me before?
that also seems on the nose a little bit. Remember, anything could be
Oh, that is not.
anything different.
Does that have a
nowadays.
sapphire on it?
Oh, yeah, good point. We have to do that still.
So two things though.
Yeah.
Remember, the sword of blue flame, it doesn't exist. That's what the note said.
Yeah,
It
it's
said
just the
that back-
helm that exists currently.
It's the helm that exists, but he doesn't have the helm. He couldn't get the helm, but he learned that the helm it uses that same sapphire. So even if he could get the helm, he couldn't possibly provide both items. So that's out of the question. Now you did see this in the vault, and this sword did not look like a sword of blue flame, but rather that of maybe the description of Luminor
Seraphim.
Belor.
When we were in there, did we detected something different? We didn't detect celestial stuff, did we? Because we
You-
checked for magic.
It was magical.
Yeah.
Maybe one of these things we should do.
We have a scroll that can change the alignment of things, correct?
You do.
What
So-
about... Oh, man.
I know, but I also just thinking. I mean, maybe it is that easy, but that's obviously it sounds like what we're looking for here.
Could
But,
we...
anything could be anything.
Yeah, so if, does, Arcanus Magic Aura, does that last for, a long time? So if you go to, room to room, you're able to, tell if things in this room have been changed? Is that, how it would work, mechanically?
Which spell?
The Arcanus Magic Aura? Is that for us to be able to tell the things that Dravno changed?
No.
Illusion magic? Or,
No. Arcanus
in a
Magic
little-
Aura will basically let you pick an object, and any divination spell that would reveal false information about it does not work. So like something like the example is like detect magic, or there's a couple of examples here. I want to make sure I'm reading it right. Yeah, basically anything that would uncover what a magical item is, identify, detect magic, things like that, will not be able to pierce or penetrate that thing while this spell is in effect. It can also provide a false aura or mask something, like make it look like it's non-magical.
So what about that wooden sword? Maybe that's like been mad. I don't know. I'm confused as to how to bring these.
Okay.
I have a couple ideas, but Estelle, go.
Okay. No, I'm just trying to figure it out. The holy sword he wants to offer. Is that going to destroy the devil, or?
That's the
So-
idea. Yeah.
Okay.
So the plan that Zadravno put in his book is that he planned to try to give Lumini Belor this sword that is essentially a angel inside the sword. If he can give that to Malekithis and trick him to accepting that sword, despite the fact that he doesn't have the helm, then maybe perhaps that angel would fight off the devil.
So what I want to do, and what I'm thinking here, is we need to make something look like the helm and or the sword. So we could easily do maybe without the helm. I don't know why he would take just the one thing. But we could make that sword look like the correct blue sapphire sword and be undetectable as a fake. And then he would pick it up and be holding it, and then would therefore potentially be killed by it.
Right.
Because we can make it look like the correct blue sapphire sword. Now, I was thinking that we also wanted some kind of helm thing, but we have the disguise object, which can make any object look different. It could touch and also seem differently, 1 foot larger or smaller, visual illusions, so we can easily change that sword to look exactly like the correct blue flaming sword of
Right, you
magical
could.
disaster.
So just to make sure I'm clear of what you're saying here, you could use Arcanist Magic Aura to hide its true nature, and
Yep,
disguise
and
object to make it look like the blue flame sword.
Correct.
Yeah, you could do that. That does seem to, based on the scrolls, could work on the sword.
Now, how would we get a meeting, and why he would take it, knowing that it doesn't exist, knowing that it has been melted down for the helm, is where
Does
I'm
the devil? Yeah. Did we get the impression that the devil knows that this sword doesn't exist?
That's what it kind of sounded like in the thing, right? He said he knows that the Drogno was in a bind, that he really owned him, he tricked him. So that's what, like, could we make the sword look like the helm?
Ooh.
And then we have the other sword that looks like it, but is a fake. I don't know. Also, we also don't know how to get that sword from that suit of armor.
Yeah.
Yes, I tried. It was very fearsome.
Yeah.
But if there is an angel in it, I speak Celestial.
Hmm.
Maybe I could try talking to the armor.
Ooh.
Obviously, you don't have to make a decision about anything in this moment. You could go see the sword. You can go search other places in the castle, and you have to. I mean, the clock is ticking because your mentor said that he created the whatever, I forget what they called it, but the where is it here?
Circle.
Yeah, the circle that he would communicate with Malekithis. He used the tallest candles he could find. So when those candles go out, it may be the end of the time that you have to reach Malekithis.
Yeah, well, we have also to find out where those candles are.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
correct. Mm-hmm.
And we don't feel like we've seen any place with candles. Just the
No.
ever-burning sconces.
You
What
have
objects
not.
are-
No.
What objects are in this room again?
There's a bunch: the globe, the telescope, the papers.
Didn't we find a way to make the lake monster chill out?
The hypnotic
kaleidoscope.
pattern.
Mhm.
But we kind of already got everything from there.
What? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like.
We cannot
did we
make
get
the devil
everything?
fight the giant lizard thing.
Oh, sorry. I was just making sure that did we get everything? Yeah.
There is a
feel
place that you said you would come back to. You weren't sure how to approach it.
Oh, the statue with the mouth.
Yep, the sepulcher, past the graveyard.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I guess let's go there. I also just want to quickly
Oh,
look
skeleton with no head.
Yeah, I want to look at the globe real quick.
You want to put that skull on the skeleton?
Yeah, I like that
Wait,
idea.
where was that?
Good call.
I don't know. It's in the back. It's in the graveyard.
All the
sepulcher.
different
In
graveyards.
one of the descriptions?
It
Yeah.
just says skeleton with no head.
If you remember, we were thinking that each one of the gravestones, or different areas, would do a different thing. And we had thought we knew, like, what one of them was, but we weren't able to do the other.
Do you want me to show you pictures of them? I think I might have shared that one with you, but if I'm not, I can share it with you.
I just want to make sure that I touch that globe and I, like, see if if it's, like, opens up, there's something inside.
So this was the sepulcher, and this was the graveyard.
Yeah.
Graveyard.
Sure. Do you want me to put that skull on its head?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, yeah, no, we solved the graveyard, I guess. We're back to the...
I don't know if we did.
We didn't do all of the different individual things.
Well, where do you want to go first? And that's the key here. And like I said, time is of the essence.
I want to take the skeleton head, run back, and put it on the skeleton.
Okay.
The door's open and we see a room full of candles.
So you want to go to the sepulcher, correct? This one?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay, so this takes a minute. You get down the tower, you pass Vlorganthrix, you go through the courtyard, you get all the way to the graveyard, and eventually to that back door, which you thought would maybe be a back entryway, but it opens into this mausoleum or this sepulcher, and you see the skeleton with the headless skeleton and the strange creature, almost ghoulish creature to the right. You place the skeleton's head on top of the missing head of the skeleton body, and when you do, the door
Hey.
opens.
Oh.
There's a panel where inscriptions of who died, the bodies, opens up, and a small crawlway exists to the left.
What's going on in the mouth of the other creature?
The mouth of the other creature. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll tell you. So the statue, the jaws snap shut, and when you open up the secret passageway, let's see what happens there.
What did you put in his mouth?
You didn't put anything in the mouth. No.
Well, it's got like some green thing there now.
No. Yeah, you're right. It does have some green thing there. What is that? I don't know. No, nothing here.
Perfectly fine. Yep, cool.
There's nothing here. I don't know what that is in the picture. Maybe just that it closes and it's deactivated. But you do see a passage open up. Yes, the passage opens up. Would you like to go in?
Oof will crawl in.
Okay. Rod, are you going in too?
I would never let my companion go alone.
And
Oh, thanks, bud.
I assume Gurm, you're the same?
I'm not gonna be left alone. I'm just too afraid to be by myself.
We just make Poof go
Ah.
into the hole. Good luck!
Ah,
Literally crawling into its own grave.
move your tokens. Move your tokens. To the back here. Draw a little passageway here, Estelle.
Oh, goody gumdrops.
Thank you.
E. Oh, God. Straight lines are really hard.
Oh my god, the walls are closing in.
Oh, those are very low.
Hey, we found the candles.
All right, time to run back and do the other things we need to do because we have.
Hold
3
on,
minutes.
hold on. After moving through the secret passage, you come to a small room with a table and a chair, a bookcase, and a shelf of arcane objects. There's also a mounted head of some large owl beast on the wall. As much as the secret study inspires great curiosity in you, it also provokes a terrible sense of dread. On the floor is a ring of 9 crimson candles, and a mystical portal is open within the circle they form. Beyond the haze is a hellish cavern like something out of a nightmare. From the portal emanates a reddish, unearthly light with a faint hint of sulfur. Candles were large ones, but obviously have been burning a long time. You hear a voice, dark and unholy, and it rings out through the small study. Who goes there?
Close the door, close the door, close the
I
door.
was gonna say, back up, back up, back
Yep.
up, back up.
Yep.
How tall were the candles, Bob?
Inches.
Oh, we got plenty of time. Let's take a nap.
Okay, let's go see if we. I mean,
You could give me-
see if we
wait.
can get the sword, right?
You were there. You could give me either an insight or investigation check to see if you can guess how much time they might have.
Yes, I would like to
Yeah,
give it
let's
an
do it.
I
investigation.
got 23.
Wow. I got an 18.
You may
20.
only have a couple of hours left.
Okay.
Like
Alright.
if
So
you
could we? So we need to get the angel sword there. Okay.
Yep.
And then disguise it.
Yep.
I mean, it's a win-win
So let's
because
go.
if the thing closes and our boss gets what is coming to him,
right.
at least the threat is neutralized.
And morally, I'm not gonna lose sleep. I just mean, I
I'll
guess
be
it'd be a
sad if
bummer.
he's dead.
Yeah.
We've come
All right.
so far.
So you back out of the room very, very carefully here
All right, into the angel room.
into the vault.
We sprint away.
You sprint back away, and you hear Vlorgan
Ho there!
Hey,
Inform
bud,
me,
good to see you.
what is going on?
We're dealing with a devil of a problem, and I'm running into the other room.
Say,
Okay. Alrighty.
Okay.
The sword. You see it. I've described this before, but it's probably worth explaining yet again. The vault is quite small, really only large enough for a few people to fit in. Exquisite tapestries hang from the walls, 2 overburning sconces glow with heatless flame. The suit of glorious plate armor stands atop a central pedestal. Metallic angel wings flare from the sides of the helmet, giving it a look of some mighty paladin. Gripped by both gauntlets is an incredible greatsword made of polished platinum with gold filigree inlays. Light gleams off the sword like a mirror. Never before have you beheld such a majestic weapon, except for the last time you were in here.
Hey guys, do you remember we have a scroll? A Skirm, you have one of those scrolls? It's called Magic Circle.
Yes.
Oh, this feels wrong.
It does affect Celestials. Just, I don't know, something we might want to consider. Roderick, you said you wanted to speak to it.
Yes, let me brush up my celestial. I'm trying to look for the name. It's like Warrior of Light. Lumine.
Lumini Belor.
Lumini Lumini Belor. My name is Roderick Lancemaster. And I come asking you, as a believer of Illis the Lantern, amongst the other gods, I ask for your aid.
Not making a commitment right now?
Devil. Well, I'm trying to, like, what are the gods of this world? Like,
Illis, yeah, is one of them, but not making a commitment to Illis right now. You're just leaving your options open. Other gods. Among many.
Warrior of Light, I find my, I find myself at a loss in the darkness here, trying to save someone that I care deeply for. May I have your ear, please?
The helm on the suit of armor looks in your direction. You can see it gazing at you, as if answering your question. You have its ear. Lucia purrs about your feet and says, Tell tell it that we're willing to kill fiends with it. It wants to fight with righteous fervor. We can give that to it.
Yes. As the cat here said, we will fight fiends alongside with you. We can lead you to some of the most evil creatures so that you may slay them. You in your most radiant glory.
The armor studies you, as though piercing into your very soul with its eyeless gaze. It nods solemnly and offers the sword to you with both hands.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You have my eternal gratitude.
When you take the celestial blade, a tremendous sensation surges through your body. The weapon glows momentarily, filling the small chamber with a golden blue-white radiance. You look upon the sword, hardly able to believe that you're holding such a wonder. The artifact fills you with chivalrous resolve. You're charged
Yes.
with the conviction to see your quest through to the end.
You
This is
become a
perfect
level
for
20
Roderick.
paladin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just become a paladin in that moment.
Yeah. Eldritch Knight Roderick.
I do have
awesome.
the stats for Illumini Belor. I will not give them to you right now, but
Yeah.
if anything relevant comes up, I will tell you what you need to know.
I turn to my friends. What else do we have to do?
So now I start to, I guess we leave this room. Let's go back to Morganthrix, and I'm gonna start casting the illusion spells.
Before you do that, you get out into the... Where is it here?
Florganthrix just evaporates all three of us.
No, hold on a second.
Oh no, they have the sword.
Valor
What a
can-
twist! It's like War of the Worlds on us. Like, boom.
Yeah.
Valor can- Where is it?
I'm picturing, was it Homelander from The Boys? This,
Why can't I find... Oh, here it is. Duh.
yes, your magic circle seems like it could be really helpful in the fight down below. So,
Yep.
Poof hands you one of his holy waters because it seems like that's what you need to cast it.
Sweet. Yeah, it really seems like it could be great. I liked when you were thinking about trying to use it there, but that worked out.
I thought we might. Yeah, I'm assuming like some of these spells are there to like, I don't know, for certain reasons. I don't know.
So hypnotic pattern was for the, water creature.
Yeah,
So like little things.
that makes sense.
Trying to tick them off.
Okay.
His prismatic spray would have been for the dragon, or color spray or whatever. I'm thinking could have been for that
Mm,
fiery. I don't know.
yeah.
Okay.
maybe.
Did we need the spirit itself? We just need the sword, right?
We just needed the sword.
Okay.
Well, I think the spirit is in the sword, if I'm not
True.
right.
Yeah, I feel like he would have just given me the sword and be like, "Good luck."
Yeah, this teenager's got it.
I mean,
Yeah.
if that pseudo armor wanted to come jump through the circle and just go ape shit on everybody, that would have been fun. But I didn't
You want
think
me
that
to
was
ask?
happening. No, I didn't think that was happening. Plus, I like this. This is fun.
Okay.
Well,
So you
yeah.
go to Lorganthrix, right?
Yeah, we'll hang out with Florganthrix. He's a cool dude.
Okay.
There's a table in which we can cast some magic on.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm assuming Skirm is doing that. I'm gonna
I'll do
ask
it.
Poof to roast potatoes with me.
Yeah, I'll conjure a bonfire and roast some potatoes.
I'm doing the obligatory thing where you like run in the room and you like throw all the papers off the desk. In this case, like you throw everything off the table, and I put the sword down and I take out the scrolls and I'm like reading them and getting ready to cast.
Oh,
Okay.
He's very concentrated. He needs brain food.
I
So
can
you
do
cast which
something.
one first?
Yeah, I know this seems kind of important, doesn't it?
Make the blade very evil.
Yeah, I'm gonna disguise. I do need just one more description of the magical aura. Like I said, it can mask the type of spell that it is.
It looks like a sword that has flaming blue light that gives off cold energy not for like heat.
Okay. So I'm going to disguise the object to look like the flaming blue sword. And thankfully, I had a really good facsimile upstairs, so I know what it's supposed to look like.
Yes, it fooled our teacher.
Yeah, it fooled
That's
our
right.
teacher. And then I'm going to use the Arcanist magical aura to make sure no one can tell that it's not the correct sword.
So you do the first spell, the one that makes it look like the blue flame sword. And that works. It changes the appearance of this sword from that angelic looking greatsword to a sword that looks hellish almost. Like, obviously fiendish energy coming off of it. Now, you're getting prepared for the next spell when the door to the throne room opens, and before you stands a devil.
Disintegrate!
Yeah, Vorgothrix is right there.
Yeah, he's right there. And Vlorganthrix springs into action. And he says, just like he did to you all, he says,
Ho there! I am the guardian who has been bound for many a year, ever gazing at the guests in my master's home. Step no closer. Be warned.
and the creature says back to him, it's a devil with, it's taller than a human. It's got almost like stringy worm-like appendages for a beard. And it's carrying a glaive, a pretty sickly-looking glaive. And it says to you all, and specifically Vorganthlix,
I am an emissary of Malekithis and Lord Zadravn.
and at this point, Vlorganthrix looks confused. Well, I guess his expression doesn't change, but he says,
Well then, if you don't mind, answer this riddle. Some believe I am many a thing. Some believe I am nothing. I am a drop of rain inside the sun, as it beams bright after the day is done.
Impossible, says the bearded devil. And Vlorganthrix says,
Well then, you are friend. You may stay.
No.
Thorgothrix. But, Uncle, please.
Impossible.
He has answered the riddle. Much better than you have.
But we're the actual teachers. He is a student. I mean, he's not with us. He's not
He's
cool
clearly
like
a
us.
friend. Clearly a friend.
You know us to be the apprentices of your master. Please, Uncle, please.
What is this? What is this guy?
He doesn't even like potatoes.
the devil says to you all, I have been sent here by Zadravno and Malekithis. I am to see if you have acquired certain items for my master.
But of course. But we need a few more minutes to grab the items from around the
The
castle.
other room. Yeah.
That appears to be the sword of blue flame, is it not? He marvels at it from a distance. He walks a little bit closer.
I get in between. Yes, but of course it is. But we have to make it more presentable. We have to tie a ribbon upon it and present it in the most flattering of ways to your master. Don't you believe that he deserves the best?
Give me a deception check.
Yeah, this was.
I can't see it. Hold on.
It's a 7 because of disadvantage, correct?
Exactly
Can I get
why.
inspiration for swinging all around and talking to an angel and everything.
Nope.
All right, so before that even gets a chance to finish, I'm gonna butt in and say, we have the sword, but we must make sure that Zadravno is released. We're not gonna give you the sword until we have proof of life.
I am
Yes.
simply a messenger. I was told to come to see if you had procured the items. I have no intention of taking them from you,
Take-
or
Al-
preventing you from giving it to my master.
Oh, Fantastic. Well, you came, you saw, you can go.
We
He
are
says-
ready to come
You're dismissed,
through
messenger.
the portal and bring the weapon to Malekithis.
But you lie, he says to Roderick. You hide something. You cannot lie from this, from a fiend.
You know what? You are absolutely correct. We don't have.
Give me a
right to
wisdom
time
saving
it.
throw, Estelle.
Oh
Wisdom saving throw.
He does this sort of thing all the time.
Oh no, wisdom's not strong. It's a 13.
Estelle, you feel
No.
it's not a voice, but it is the sword speaking to you in some sort of instinctual way. You want nothing more than to destroy this fiend, just absolutely demolish him and send him back to the 9 hells where he came from.
Can I use my amulet real quick to resist that?
You can. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't have the ability to back that up.
A 12? No. You want to grab the sword and attack. Roll initiative.
Do we do anything to try and stop her?
No, we have to roll initiative to do it.
Okay, initiative.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm slow.
Yeah, you're
I'm
definitely.
coming in before you.
Yeah.
Just tackle Roderick immediately.
All right, so Skirm, you go first.
Yeah. I mean,
You see Estelle grab for the sword, and this devil start to grab the glaive and position it. What do you do?
I'm a weak boy. You can take me on.
I also have 1 hit point. Like,
Oh, I would never hurt you.
and then we can't cast the next spell, and then you're not yourself right now.
What do you do, John?
I'm going to. I'm gonna make a silent image of another sword on the table,
Sure.
and then pick up the real one
Sure.
and
Okay.
try to do it like a little stealthily, and I'm gonna actually walk closer to the devil and I'm on your side here.
Oh, you wanna try to hide your intention a little bit?
From Roderick, not from. I'm not
Gotcha.
trying to actually attack or kill this.
I mean, I have a -1 for insight, and I'm rolling at disadvantage here.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So what I want to do is just Roderick is gonna be tricked, and I'm gonna make eyes with the devil and be like, this person's
Crazy.
clearly crazy. Can you imagine? I've had to deal with these people this entire time. Just leave and please tell Malekithis we're gonna bring the sword right now. We want
Sure.
Zadrogna back.
Sure.
We've done what was asked of us.
Sure. Poof. You're up.
Yeah, I want to try to position myself between Roderick and the devil
Sure.
and say, he just gets this way sometimes. He's real passionate about Stravno. We just miss learning from our teacher. And, as a gesture of kindness, why don't I warm you up with a bonfire?
Give him the roast potato.
I give
Baked
him one
potatoes.
of the roasted potatoes I was cooking. It's real tasty. Gift to the Irish.
Ireland wins again.
Ireland wins.
Yeah. I am just trying to prevent Roderick from getting to the devil.
Real quick here, John. You said you have the actual sword.
Yep, I picked up the actual sword and I put a fake one in its
Oh.
place on the table.
I apologize. I thought you had a fake sword. John, you need to give me a wisdom save.
Fungal. Am I allowed to say that on YouTube?
Yeah, of course.
All right, I'm proficient in it.
But
Y'all are.
Oh, that's an 11.
All right, John. the sword wants to kill this devil, and so do you.
All right, so I kill the devil. It's done.
Well-
I was right next to it. I just very
Okay.
gently I tapped the sword into its leg and it disintegrates. Right.
Here's actually what's going to happen. You wanted to create that. We're going to have to retcon this just a bit because I
I was
assumed
gonna
you had a
say, my
fake
turn
sword.
is undone.
Yeah. Let's undo what you just said. Really quick. John, you went to grab the sword and you were like about to do this whole, song and dance about having to deal with these people, but now you have the divine fervor of this sword and the sword wants to strike. Make 3 attacks, please. Just roll 3 d20s.
Am I like broken out of my own trance then?
No, you want to kill it still. You just
Oh,
will
jeez.
Get it,
help the
Scarf!
sword.
Get him!
Oh, those are some shit rolls.
Wow. Oh no.
All right, so John, they all hit.
Ha! Wow, this sword's got like a plus 40. I love this.
It's got a plus 14 to hit.
Oh,
Roderick is still proud, but he also feels immensely jealous.
And when you
went
hit,
so-
all-
Scarab looks like a
Doesn't it?
professional.
Doesn't it heal me? It's like leaching, right? All the
it
damage.
does
I do,
not
I get
heal
back.
you, but John, here's the damage. You can roll it. Roll 6d6. This is for the slashing damage.
Okay.
Add
Nice.
27 to that.
Jesus.
How much damage? What'd you do?
Oh no.
It's 50.
3?
Yeah.
So you do 53 slashing damage, and now roll the radiant damage. Give me 12d6.
Oh my god.
12d6.
Oh my gosh. Solid rolls.
So what was
The-
that? That was.
The devil is destroyed, turned
Yeah.
into sparks, and sent back to the hellscape it came from. It screams out in pain, and, curse you! And then the sword just demolishes him.
Okay,
He's
so
gone.
it was only 100 and something damage, did it?
102 damage.
But if John knows that, I'm pretty sure it's just gonna go back to where it came from and report
Yeah,
on what just
right.
happened.
Well, there's time in transit,
Yeah. All right, so
but
we're gonna.
time is a factor, so get going.
Well, I
How
gotta finish. I gotta finish the freaking
long
spell.
will this take?
Not long.
What
I
does
think
that
it's-
mean?
It's instantaneous, right?
Yeah. You gotta read the spell. Go ahead.
Arcanist magic aura changes type of spell. Identify doesn't work.
Expecto Patronum.
Luminescence. Yeah. Abracadabra.
Oh, friends, I didn't know you were this type of warrior. I would have given much more confidence to you earlier on.
It's really good.
Scarab's really humble. He doesn't
you-
show off much.
Can you heal us then? I need some healing.
If only I could.
Oh, all right.
Skirm, you
John.
want me to hold the sword, considering you look a little sickly.
Fair enough. John,
I
you
don't
cast
know.
the spell, and the sword now will not be sensed. And just to test it out, Poof, I know you got detect magic pretty much on call. You use detect magic, and the sword does not emit any sort of radiant or holy divine energies. In fact, it's
doesn't
that
emit
of
magic,
a
yeah.
hellish cold blue flame.
Who among us has the highest wisdom?
Me, I believe. That
You know
was
what? I
was
feel
supposed
like
to
this
take.
thing probably has a really, really high save. Anyways.
I don't know. Does anyone have more than a? I mean, I have a +4 with proficiency. A 14.
I have +1. If I wasn't exhausted, I would totally go into this just ready to lie through my teeth on everything.
Can we do that trickery where, like, literally you wrap it in something and then you hold that and it doesn't get
Oh,
you?
right, the ribbon!
Yeah, we gotta dress it up anyway. But, like, really?
Well, I think I want to like explain to the sword like we need you to be coy for
yeah,
like
be-
1
be
minute.
cool, man.
The end goal is murder.
Be cool,
Sure,
man.
you can you can express this, and Roger can say it in Celestial, and you hope for the best. I mean, it's a sword; it doesn't respond back to you. But
could we carry it on like a pedestal, like a board from a table? Like we'll rip it off and like we put it on the board. And
Okay,
that way
we're wasting
present it
time
to
here.
him.
We're really wasting time. We gotta get going.
I do like
Okay.
that idea a lot. Let's rip off the table, and one is over my shoulder, one is over yours, and we just like.
Yeah.
Why don't we
Like-
just rip up one of the curtains and tie a bow on it? Let's do that.
It's like
Sure.
no, because I like the idea of like natives carrying it in, like a person on a spit.
You know,
Like,
if we're not
sure.
touching it, we won't get possessed.
yeah, that's not what happened to you. You weren't touching it, and you still got possessed.
so here's what happens.
Oh, good point.
So
God.
you
Yeah.
were not touching it.
Right.
So
Hope
you
for the best.
bring it in, whether it's attached
Okay.
to you or
Yeah.
in some sort of black platter, like you said. But you bring it to the secret study.
I like the platter.
Okay.
Platter.
Just
You bring it
right
on a
up
platter.
pun. I am
Now-
not worthy of touching this. I never used it before. That wasn't me.
All right, my friends, my lovely friends.
We go.
Okay, I'm gonna grab you both by your shoulders and be like,
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen when we step through that, but we're gonna do our best to save the draft now, and we're all gonna get out of there, alright? You guys are my best friends, okay?
Oh man.
Best friends forever, Rod. Even if forever is only 10 more minutes.
I'm just so happy I have you guys.
Right back at you guys.
I
Right
have-
after Busey, you guys are 2 and 3.
This person I
Lucia.
can't give out of my head called John has a streak of not surviving any one-shots on the channel, so I must keep it up.
So here's what
Tell me
happens.
how to make it.
You all rush to the sepulcher. You go through the secret entrance into the secret study, Lucia in tow, all the other animals in tow, and you find yourself in that chamber yet again. The candles dangerously low. As you can see, there's even a lower version in the art.
Oh,
There's a-
wow.
Yeah, like here's what it was before, and here's what it is
Oh.
now.
Esper, the
that.
art's magnificent.
Yeah, excellent.
Bigger.
I'm so
Small.
sorry we didn't have enough time to like look at the owl beast and all of the other
No,
stuff. in
I'm
this
gonna-
room.
You're gonna be able to look at that right now. Don't worry. You're gonna be able to look at that. So you look around the room very quickly as you enter slowly, knowing that potentially evil could be lurking around. You see the mounted head, of course. It is an owl bear. There is a writing desk in here. You can see that there's some research experiments, things like that, but nothing relating to your particular item, but that of constructs. So maybe Blorganthrix, for instance. You do notice as you now get a good look and aren't spooked away, that there are some shelves with alchemical items on them, scrolls, as well as what looks like something in a vial. There also is a white orb on one of the shelves. And of course, the portal to hell before you. Again, after now fully coming to this room with the sword, you hear the sound of the voice.
Who goes there?
We are the proud apprentices of Zdravno.
We found
Have you come to fulfill Zdravno's bargain?
Of
Yeah,
course.
we're here to negotiate.
we want Zadragno back.
Oh,
We have the sword.
oh, he's here. He failed to provide the items that he pledged to deliver me. But it seems, luckily for him, his portal is still active.
And
If you brought me the items, though, we could make an agreement.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would be generous enough to return your master to you in exchange.
Like all
Okay.
3 of us, or just one of us?
He was saying though he'll if you give him the items, he'll give you your master back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, wow, 3 people for one?
Who's in
Perfect.
charge
Yeah.
here? Who can I
That's
talk
it.
to? Who's the manager?
We're really all in charge. Of
It's like a
We're
3
committee.
children in like a long
Yeah.
trench coat. They're all, we're all not in charge and we're all in charge, but we did what was required. We have what you asked for.
And again, you don't see a entity, you just hear this voice, although there is like swirling like energy, light and flame kind of flickering throughout the portal. It does have a similar like backdrop to what you saw in your dream, Estelle. Roderick saw in his dream, which was that where Zadravno was kept. But again, you don't see anybody.
This is fine. So do we just hop into the portal and see everyone there?
I guess so. Yeah, we're ready to do the exchange. What, you want to come meet us here, or?
No.
I would be more than happy to accept you coming into my realm. However, that will not be possible. Zadravno has cleverly made it impossible to penetrate. The only thing that could make it through would be the items in exchange.
Then how does he get back?
He can pass through. The items we agreed to can be passed through.
Can I try to stick my hand through the portal?
Damn tricky wizard. He always does stuff like that. Isn't that annoying? Sorry, Malekithis. But sure, let's make that deal.
Simply hand me the items, and I will return Zadravno to you.
How about we give you one item first,
Yes.
and then you give us the Drogno, and then we'll give you the other item.
Ooh, clever. I like this. I'll let you roll something in a second, but he says,
Show me the item.
Yeah, Scrub and I hold up the board
Oh,
we're
I
carrying
gotta-
it on.
I'm gonna put the tip in, I guess, right?
Just the tip?
Just to see if how it works.
he sees the sword in some fashion. He recognizes it.
Once we're in like hour 2 of YouTube, I think we can get away with anything.
And he
so we're
said,
Oh yeah.
He says,
you have procured the blue flame sword. Impressive. I didn't believe that his apprentices would be able to procure such a weapon.
Took us a while. Took us a really long time.
But you're lying to me.
How so?
Go on. Admit it. You have tried to deceive me.
No.
Well, I'm not exactly sure that I want Zadravno back at this point, so he made me angry, so maybe you're right, but I feel like it's the right thing to do. And I don't know. I'm having an existential crisis. Like, I was kind of hoping I got to see what your realm looked like, so I'm a little disappointed.
No, you fools. It's impossible to have both. The sword and the helm.
What?
You would trick me. Give me the one singular item.
Wait, who
And
said
get your
anything about a
master
helm?
back.
No, what helm?
Well, we did get the one for sure, though.
However,
You know that. You've seen it.
Nobody said a helm. We
you
have
are fools.
We have the 2 items, the sword and the owl bear mask.
I will accept the sword in place of your master. However,
and he pauses here and he says to you all, he says, let's see.
I was very specific to not lie, by the way, the entire time.
I don't think you lied. He just senses that he knows that the one doesn't exist.
But I also never mentioned. I guess I never mentioned.
You didn't
specifically I
lie,
never-
but he knows that there's a deception up and about here.
because he's
but
a
he's-
tricksy devil.
He says,
I need the sword first. And then I will release your master.
Well, see, the problem is you and us over here what guarantee do we have of having our master back? You obviously wish to have this blade.
Roderick, we have
I whisper to them, I'm kind of down to just give him the sword,
we have
guys.
we have no choice. We must trust. I don't care. This sword gives me the creeps. And I take it and I put it into the circle
Okay.
before the candles go out.
Okay. You throw it in. The candles are very dangerously low. You throw it in, and he laughs.
Pitiful. All to get your lying, deceitful master back. You can have him.
And you throw the sword in.
Um,
A moment later, you hear again Malekithis say to you. Let's see here. Yeah, here's what happens. So you give the sword in, and
through the rippling...
through the rippling surface of the magic aperture, you can see a grim figure appear below. He's lanky, tall, but muscular as well. His skin is covered in fine scales that have a stony blue shade to it. 3 tall horns sprout from his head, and eyes glow like red embers. From the back extends a pair of wings with a magenta-colored membrane. His clothing is scarce, dark, and severe in style. He grins at you with pointed teeth and studies the weapon. Outstanding, he says. He looks at the sword, he grabs it, touches it, and as he does, smoke rises from his hand, producing an audible hiss. He drops the weapon.
What treachery is this?
The sword gives a violent reaction to the environment in which it's been placed. Beams of intense light shine from it, momentarily blinding everyone in the room. A glorious voice comes from the sword, and the sword says, I am Lumini Belor, warrior of the light, eternal servant of the lantern. Stand down and cast away your vile gaze, creature of evil. Malekithis recoils and says,
Blasphemy! You will be met with swift demise.
You can scarcely keep your eyes open as you go down to your hands and knees, squinting through the wavering portal, candles getting dangerously low. You can make out a glowing angelic figure holding a greatsword, which is transfigured into the weapon of pure light. The angel charges straight at Malekithis, and the two commence to do battle. Malekithis invokes diabolic curses in a tongue of fiends, and lashes out with a chain of spikes, but he is no match for the Celestial. Lumini Belor's strikes fall upon him swiftly and with blinding radiance, again and again smiting the foul devil. You hear ripping sounds and a wail that unnerves you to the core. The commotion ends, and you wait through long, silent moments. Then, you make out a voice, distant and weak. The words are too far off to understand. The warrior of light booms. You do not deserve to be looked away in this place, Zdravno the mage. However, you have too much to answer for. Consider fortune to be on your side this day, but consider more so how you may atone for your transgressions. There's a loud noise, like a rush of air combined with the loud pitch of a holy choir. From below, through the portal, emerges Zdravno, weary and wide-eyed. And there's some music to go with this. Here we go. Can you hear the music or no? Light.
Master, you got some explaining to do.
Actually, I have some more artwork I think I have for you.
Did the sword come back, or was the angel able to, like, fly away?
The angel is still within the portal, but there's more to describe here. So, like I said, there's a loud noise, a rush of air, and of course the sound of the angel commands that Zdravno be returned. From below the portal emerges Zdravno, wild-eyed. Apprentice, you now have your wizardly master before you. Look at each other. And then a smile spreads across his face. You did it! You did it! I cannot believe you managed such a scheme! It worked! Am I dreaming? I am not dreaming. That fiendish bastard got sliced into slivers. My friends, you are the greatest apprentices any wizard could ever have asked for. And that was the wildest adventure I have ever been on. And then he hugs all three of you in a warm embrace.
Oh, it's good to see you again, Seaman.
No, I'm so happy to see you. But why does your front door have so much fire?
Do you have a healing potion? Do you have a healing potion?
It's been such a hard time.
How come
Why do you keep a severed hand in the kitchen?
How come wizards can't only potatoes? Potatoes? What are we? Come on.
Of fire and dragon? What are you thinking?
You
What?
bring him back into Vlorganthrix and the rest
A
of the
rainbow
castle
was
here.
a really good. That was a good answer. Rainbow was smart.
Why do you have a sea monster?
Impossible was stupid.
Master Zadrov.
Oh, Master Zadrovno, I almost lost my voice seeing you for the first time in a long time. At your service, ready to disintegrate.
And Zadrovno says, stand down, stand down. My apprentices will always be welcome back into the castle.
What? Why would you let people come here?
Why is your security measure only a riddle with him? He let a devil come in.
Just remember, just remember one thing. He did say that he created all these crazy safety nets and safeguards and traps because he was trying to prevent it from the devils that were occupying his place.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I need to hear it from his mouth.
That worked really well. The one devil that came here was allowed to gallivant.
Yeah,
Well, he
sorry,
was-
man. We read your diary.
Yes. No, I am glad that you did, Lucia. She made it, and Lucia jumps up to him and he catches her in his arms and he's petting her right in his, right by his chest. And he says, Lucia, I owe you everything. You, the apprentices, all of you. Those at the Librarium Arcanum, they will hear a grand tale. And I am truly sorry for everything every hardship I have caused you, but I promise to share everything I know about magic with you and never to stray away from the right path.
Okay, that's good enough for me.
I'm just happy you're okay. I'm also really tired. We all kept nearly dying.
He says, I owe you my life and my soul. Of course, I will heal you. Come, we have much to discuss. And he looks around and he's like, what did you do to my castle? It's
We had
built.
potatoes! Okay?
Why are there potatoes everywhere?
The luck
The
of the
only
Irish.
thing to eat, man. We were here for like a day and a half. We had to eat.
Well, everyone, that concludes Eldritch Castle as the apprentices overcome evil and save their master. Thank you for watching, everybody. We do want to just spend a minute or two just briefly giving some thoughts. We'll go around the table. Of course, it's a little late here. It's 11:15, but I think this is warranted a quick little discussion. I just want to hear your thoughts, things that you really enjoyed about this, things that stood out to you. For me, and I'll start this from the DM's perspective, because I do think this is very different than the player perspective. From the DM's perspective, I actually watched the original run of this when Esper did it like 2 years ago. But when you're watching something and you always forget little details. Like I knew the main plot points, but I definitely needed like a refresher, and this is slightly different than what he actually had created back then. I mean, it's very similar, but slightly different. So I had to like really rely on reading carefully, and there were always some parts where I was like, trying to make sure I was doing the right thing. But the book runs so well. Like everything tells you like, if they do this, it does that. If they do this, it does that. And it guides you through the module so easily, so seamlessly. And even like the pictures, it says in all the DM side of pictures, if they want to go in this room, go to this number. It doesn't even, you don't have to worry about flipping to a map. You can literally just be like, okay, room J. Great. I don't even have to think about finding a map, looking for where J is. Like, I know exactly where it is. Everything is labeled, every room is labeled on the map as well as in the box text, which is huge. I can't tell you how many Wizards of the Coast modules I run, and it's like, okay, well, let me look back at the map, and I got to go back to the map always, and the map's on one page, and, you know, it's very far away. This is all easy to figure out. Everything is labeled by the letters and easy to locate. And then also from the storytelling perspective, there's so much room for like ad-libbing. I feel like you can ad-lib as much as you want. There's like suggestions, but then so many other like great options for you to feel like you're the DM, like, and it's your sort of creation as opposed to just you know, you're running a module. But that's my DM perspective of it. I think everybody who has got the Kickstarter is going to be thrilled. So very excited to see people run it. Now let's go around the table and see the player perspective. Who wants to start?
I'll go.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was having a conversation with Nate today. We talked about how like seamless, you know, this has felt and how much just been fun to run. And I think part of it is this group. You guys have been great to play with, and 3 people. But I guess my one thing that I would say is like the riddles were so tough that when you're playing on a live stream, you really feel like you want to like try to get it done quickly. I could see around the table where it's like, all right, here's a riddle, you know, like everyone go to the bathroom, you know, like, you know, get a snack, like think on it for 10 minutes really makes a lot of sense. But in this format, it was like hard pressure and like staring at it. So maybe in this format, those could all be like cliffhangers, you know, like here's a riddle, we'll come back next time, like we did for the main one with
Oh,
Patron,
impossibilities.
thank you, yeah, with the disintegrate guy with Morgan Thrix.
Yeah.
So like that worked out well. We all got to think about it and come back. But the other ones, as like a player, I'm sitting there like panicked, like, all right. But I guess that's kind of how that's the player perspective, right? So there's something to be said for that. The player was just given a riddle and the player's panicking like, you're gonna be disintegrated, figure out the riddle.
I think the riddles are great. Riddles are always a weird thing. Some tables like love riddles, some tables don't use riddles ever, and you know, like it just depends, because there's always a debate as to whether riddles are like actually, you know, good for D&D, because like it's the player's skill as opposed to the characters. But I will say that the few that there are like 3 or 4 riddles in here, like true riddles, and most of them have like a little bit of way to like give a clue through like cleverness or through getting or saying something or through even like a check. So it feels like most of them have a way to get it. But I was a little worried on that last one that you weren't going to get into the observatory. But again, the good thing is you like talking to Lucia. Lucia's a little you know, little push in the right direction. She's kind of like a silent NPC that does a good job of conveying some help from the DM. But yeah, I mean, ultimately that's just the style of the game, the adventure. So I do love them, and like you said, if you're playing in your own house, it's going to be great.
I think it's fantastic. They're perfectly set up for that. Like,
and I'll just say one last thing. There's a big difference between playing D&D live on stream as opposed to playing it in your own home. But I think we do the best job, and I really do mean this, and this is not like a humble brag on our channel or anything like that, but like I do think we play very realistic D&D even when we live stream, but there's still pressure, you know.
Yeah,
So,
nothing makes for good streaming like silent thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a lot of the chat talking today about like, you know, they love the idea of playing D&D where death is involved, and like
yeah,
I always die. I have so many characters. You can go back to like this was a rare one. I was prepared.
You tried.
Yeah, I tried.
Yeah.
I really think that is really important too, that we don't try to like keep these characters going, you know, for the sake of the channel. Like it feels, I mean, I am prepared to die at any moment. I don't want to. I'm never suicidal. But
well, we have a long history of killing characters on this channel, so
right? I mean, I feel like I've had like 8 characters die on this channel.
Probably. Yeah.
And some characters more than once.
Yeah. Estelle, what about you? What do you think of this?
I think I have a lot of the same thoughts. I I love puzzles and like riddles. I'm not always good at them, but I like them a lot. Yeah, definitely the pressure to be like, okay, I got to figure this out because I can't just sit here, especially when two of my companions are gone. It's like, oh no. But like, I love the exploration. I like drawing out the map. I'm glad it doesn't have to be too exact on
Yeah, that
that.
was fun, wasn't it? Drawing out the map.
That was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
I
always
cannot-
work, but in this adventure, I think it works up really, really well.
Yeah.
We had a
Mhm.
professional artist, so it was perfect.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you, thank you. None of the lines are straight, but thank you.
that's okay.
But boy,
Anything
boy.
else, Estelle?
It was just a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was tons of fun. It
Yeah,
was,
I had
it
a
was
thought and then
fun to
it
run.
escaped me. So I don't know, maybe I'll say something later.
And Nate, what about you?
Yeah, I think we talked about this a lot about how fun it was, but I was really impressed by how interconnected all of the different rooms were,
Yeah.
and just how like cleverly one thing was needed to complete something else, which was needed for something else, and
Oh,
it all like wove together really, uh, really cleverly. And it was really cool. I for sure thought we were walking into some sort of fight there at the end.
yeah.
And so I was like, okay, we're definitely gonna lose one of us, maybe two, maybe all. Like,
Yeah, I
this
thought
might be it.
yeah.
So yeah, surprised to make it through. I was impressed by that, and I had a really great time with it. Yeah, again, I think our characters together were just a blast.
Nice. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Estelle, you seem to have a revelation.
I just realized I still have the mini pyramid on me, and I guess it wasn't used for anything, or we didn't find the use for it.
There is no use for it. I think
Just like the hand.
in some ways you need to have some things that aren't like, they're just red herrings, right? They're not like real.
Yeah.
They're not real clues. They feel like they could be. I think there's a few things in this module that are like that.
I like
that
that
just-
though. It adds a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have
Yeah.
a few things that just don't work, but I think you found most everything. I would say I'm going to do a deep dive, and we'll chat maybe at some point and talk about like if there's anything else that we missed. But that'll be just us chatting. Maybe at the barbecue next year we'll have something to talk about. You know.
That'd be nice.
But yeah, thank you, Esper, for letting us run this. I mean, you reached out and wanted us to showcase it. I think we did a great job. I wish we had more time and we could have done it all within like, weekly and not taking like a month break here or there. But it was a lot of fun to play throughout the fall and winter. So thank you. And of course, check out Esper's stuff in the description and like this video. Do all the good YouTube stuff for me, please. And you know what? Also, leave some comments on the videos. Help the algorithm out quite a bit. And leave some comments there. Tomorrow night we'll be back for Vecna Eve of Ruin and more to come. Any last words from Poof, Skirm, and Roderick?
I'm gonna say, if you can't think of a comment to leave, write it down. Ireland wins again.
That seemed to have been the slogan. Yeah.
Poof says, always believe in your friends and companions. That's his
And seahorses.
teamwork works.
That's right.
And-
Teamwork makes the dream work. And Squirm, last word from Squirm.
Yeah, last word is I can't wait for another Esper adventure on the channel. I was able to play in I think both of them, and I really loved them a lot.
Yeah, more to come. Hopefully. We'll see. Until then, though, we will see you all on the tabletop. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.